Back. Dude's Nerdery. Oka Studios. Sean Solo 8. Salacious. Rom. Together. Unstoppable. We are, of course, Freeman and MoNKey-LiZaRD. Bringing up toys to play. That's right, Freeman and MoNKey-LiZaRD. Bringing up toys to play. Freeman and MoNKey-LiZaRD.
Computer in the, I can hear dude's computer in the background as well, I think.
All right, welcome everybody. This is 3 Minute and a MoNKey-LiZaRD, as you can tell by the intro. I forgot to change it back to our regular one. I had that special edition one from a previous show.
Bless him.
My mistake. Anyways,
Vern's getting old.
He's getting old, isn't he? Bless him, he's getting old. Not that you can tell by his hair. Not that you can tell by his beautiful coif.
All my grays, right? You can. This is your stop for toy and entertainment fun. We from Hasbro's Marvel Legends and Star Wars Black Series to what's playing or streaming on your TV or at the movies. Now you can find us on YouTube, rotating between our channels and swapping between Fridays and Saturdays. So if you get confused, that's the way we like it.
That's the way we roll.
So he's a MoNKey-LiZaRD.
Yeah.
With what he thinks is a sense of humor. It's Salacious Rum, and this is a link to his YouTube channel. Salacious, what do you got to say? All right, nothing. And this is the dude. He's got some of the coolest action figure displays around. It's the Dude's Nerdery.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for hanging out.
I'm
pretty excited. I didn't get insulted to start the show. I feel like I'm starting on a high note.
Your love.
Yeah.
And let's see. Hold on. I was going to say, and it's me, but let's add Sean in here.
Hey.
Very cool guest. Appreciate it.
Your friendly neighborhood action figure reviewer, Sean Solo 8. And
what's up, guys?
Here's a link to his channel. And of course, it's me. Hey, Vern. Just call me Hey, Vern. And you're at Oker Studios if you're watching. So thank you for tuning in. And today I'd like to introduce our guest. It's Greg Guler. He's a TV animation character designer. Did I get that right?
That's right.
All right. So
not an animator.
Animation character designer. Right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so Greg has worked for Disney TV Animation, Warner Brothers, Cartoon Network, and I spelled that wrong, and more. And you've also worked. Oh my gosh.
Doing great, Vern.
The professionalism here is just out of control. But you've also worked for DC Comics, Hawk and Dove. I'm going to throw this up here right now. This is one of your covers, right, Greg?
Oh, let's have a full screen look. Let's have a look.
Yeah.
We need a better look at that. We need a better look at that. Look at that.
He's worked on some amazing projects.
That's really cool.
It's the creeper issue, which I never dreamt that they'd leave the background white on that one, but there you have it.
Oh, I like that one.
Amazing.
I like that.
Yeah, that's
Very
great.
cool.
I like that.
All right, let me switch this back.
Very nice.
So, Greg, tell us how you got started. And welcome to the show, by the way.
I'm glad to be here.
Welcome, Mr. Greg. Welcome, Mr. Greg.
Thanks for hanging out, man.
Welcome to the show.
Well, basically, I got started pretty much in a vacuum. I mean, I grew up in North Dakota, and back in those days, you could buy comics in a spinner rack, and that's where I started buying them, and of course, watching animation on TV. Back in those days, we didn't have Cartoon Network, we didn't have streaming, we didn't have, we had 3 channels, and usually at about 4 o'clock there'd be a cartoon show, and this was old stuff. This was black and white cartoons that I'm watching them, and I have no idea that they're 50 years old even then. But started watching that stuff, and at about 2 I drew Popeye. And he's recognizable as Popeye, so that's pretty good. And I just drew all the time. My dad was a butcher, and we had these long sheets of butcher paper, and I'd start in one corner and I'd do these gigantic vistas of everybody. And I just stuck with it and kept doing it. I haven't really been trained in any way. I wish I would have been. You can do things a lot faster if you've got somebody showing you how to do it instead of just making mistakes. And then I did take some commercial art classes in Alexandria, Minnesota, and then I moved to Minneapolis. And I had all this comic book stuff in my portfolio. I thought that I was going to be drawing comics or comic strips. I didn't really understand that was a dead duck even at that time. So
you've worked on a couple of duck animations. That's why you threw that in there.
For a while there, it was all ducks all the time. Yeah, a lot of the time. And anyway, so I went to Minneapolis, and I thought I'd be an illustrator, and I didn't know that was a dead duck also. And I showed somebody my book, and he said, there's an animation studio down the street, and I bet they'd love to look at this. And I went there, and they did hire me and taught me in about 5 minutes how to be an in-betweener in animation. Not enough time to really learn how to do it. And it was cool. I met a lot of great people, and I met a guy named Dan Rounds. I didn't know him very well, but I hung out with him a little bit, and he liked some of my stuff. And years went by. I got laid off from that job, and I starved to death for a few years. I think you have to do that if you're going to be an artist. And then at Comic-Cons, I would bring my portfolio around with samples. And I met Mike Carlin, who was a prominent DC editor. He edited Superman and stuff like that. But I would just bring him like pinups, kind of like Superman doing something. And he said, you need to make actual samples, actual comic book pages with, backgrounds and all that stuff. And other people in it, not just superheroes. And everybody that gets into comics wants to draw the superheroes. They don't want to learn how to draw the kid or the mom walking across the street with a bag of groceries. And anyway, so what I did is I went to downtown Minneapolis, and I took all these photos of streets and used them in this thing I was putting together. And the best story is I went to the Minneapolis Tribune, which is the big paper in Minneapolis, and I wanted to take pictures of the newsroom because I was going to have Clark and Lois in the newsroom and all this stuff. And I went up to these two, and I was so stupid to think they'd let me do that, because who would? It's a newsroom. But I went in there, and there's these two security guards, and I said, I'd like to, it's a Saturday. Can I go in the newsroom and take some photos? They said, no. I said, well, I'll tell you why I'm doing this, thinking that this would mean something to them. Anyway, so I tell them I'm, trying out for a DC book, and, I want to draw comics. And these guys looked at each other, reached under the table, and brought up big stacks of comics. These guys were comic fans. And so they let me go there and take pictures. And so that my Daily Planet is actually pretty accurate if you live in Minneapolis.
That's so cool.
That's really cool.
So that was pretty cool.
So we do have people in the chat, and that's a big part of our show. So I just want to say hello really quick to Darth Rock, who's out there. G-Force, thanks for joining us.
G-Force.
Dandy, hey, how's it going?
What's up, Dan?
Scuba
Pete.
And then our first question here is from G-Force. He wants to know, Greg, are you rethinking your decision to be on the show after meeting this jolly crew of misfits?
I am not rethinking it, because these are misfits that I feel I already know. I've spent a lot of time at misfit myself. It's perfect casting. So
yeah.
And then Super Awesome Geek Show, eh? John?
Hey, what's up, John?
Hello, John. John.
And then Vintage Toy Rush is here.
Oh, Mr. Dave.
Hello, Dave.
Mr. Dave.
So you guys out there in the chat, make sure if you have a question, go ahead and ask it. Throw it in the chat, and we'll try to interrupt Greg every chance we get with as many questions as you guys have.
But so from what I've seen that Vern's been posting is you're pretty much part of that cutting edge group, like drawing that Phineas and Ferb style, because then all of a sudden that transitioned into a whole snowball effect of other animations. So you're part of that, moving forward part there that we see a lot of. What shows are you working on currently? Is there anything you can talk about?
Well, I got to Disney in '91 when my comic book got canceled. I was telling Vern and these guys about it a little bit, because they killed everybody in the book, and that's a whole other story. But anyway, so I got to Disney, and Disney at that point in '91 I worked on Darkwing Duck, which was, a classic Disney thing. And almost all my
icon
career,
now.
almost all my career up until Phineas and Ferb was Disney, either movie, TV adaptations, or we did the Mighty Ducks, we did Tarzan, we did all this stuff, and then here comes Phineas and Ferb, and that was about 2007, and by that time I'd been drawing Disney stuff for a long time, with the exception of maybe Gargoyles, which we did, which was a total step off the cliff for us, something totally different.
Greg, who's your favorite Disney character that you've drawn?
Well, once you get him down, Mickey is a lot of fun to draw, but he's very difficult to draw because, it's a character like Charlie Brown. Now, Charlie Brown is basically a ball with two eyes. And if you get that head just a little wrong, it doesn't look right. And there are, a lot of people that can't draw those characters. Mickey's the same way because he's so simple. It's easy to screw him up. So
he's got nice ears, hasn't he? Nice ears.
Yeah, and they swivel.
Yeah. That's like Garfield. I used to draw Garfield as a little kid all the time, but it's the same thing that you're saying. If you can get that smile in the shape of the head, you pretty much nailed it. So that's pretty cool background story you were talking about earlier there.
Yeah, and so when Phineas and Ferb happened, you work on so many projects that never happen. They used to bring me into development all the time. I don't know how many Rocketeer versions I've done up for animation and stuff like that.
That would be cool to get.
That's horrible.
Well, yeah. I mean, you should have seen all the versions. Girl Rocketeer in the year 2023, which seemed like a, big deal.
We see that a lot in Marvel.
And so when they came to me with Phineas and Ferb, it hadn't even started yet. And I had just like 2 years before that worked on Lilo and Stitch. And for the first 3 months I worked on it, I kept calling them Lilo and Stitch instead of Phineas and Ferb. and it seemed like a fun show. It was a little bit of a different style. But, one of the things I'm able to do is switch styles up a lot. If you look at my webpage, there's a lot of styles there.
Let me pull that up. So this is your website. It's greggulerdesigns.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. My girls totally grew up on Phineas and Ferb.
Yeah.
Mine too. That's what's pretty crazy.
It's a fun show. And, Dan Povemeyer and Swampy March, who created it, we met and sat in a room and, I drew 500 Phineases you just draw a lot of versions of the characters until you hit one you like. Well, what was funny about that show, they initially didn't like Phineas and Ferb because they're too weird looking.
Yeah.
One guy's got a
totally off
for a head, and the other guy's got, a tube for a head. And so we revised and tried to make them look more human. But Dan and Swampy got them back to looking.
I mean, look at her, that's so cool. And it's such an iconic look.
Yeah, and now everybody just accepts it. Nobody says they look weird.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Everything is copying it now. Yeah, so many.
Is that Chewbacca? It's Chewbacca. I can see Chewbacca. Yes, Chewbacca.
There he is. Yeah, that was fun working on the Phineas and Ferb Star Wars.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I watched that.
That's amazing.
Did you get to come up with any of the innators?
No, that's a prop.
It's okay. Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, the props were done primarily by Chuck Putavantana. So he got to be pretty good at those props after a while.
Man, you had to think of a new one each episode too. That's sometimes I'd wonder, how do they keep thinking of these?
Well, the writers, I'll tell you, the writers at almost on everything I've worked on,
that's cool.
At Warner Brothers, Disney, Bento Box, all these writers are amazingly creative, and sometimes it's a little bit of a problem because sometimes they're so creative I can't figure out what they're talking about. But it's great to be working with people that talented. These are basically construction sheets, and you have to do that for the overseas animators so that they know how to draw these characters consistently, because the last thing you want is shows looking different from show to show, and they're all animated by different studios. So you have to come up with the rules of drawing the character, even characters that have already been designed. And like this is somebody from Atlantis, and you have to figure out. You kind of have to make up the rules because we didn't usually have a lot of contact with the people that actually worked on it initially. But yeah, it's all helpful for the animators and the guys who are storyboarding to keep everybody on model, which is the term we use. That there's Barack Obama.
Like his neck.
On model is something that you really want your show to look.
Oh,
that's a character named DOG. Dog.
Snuffle.
Yeah, they need more shows like that.
Yeah.
I try to always watch something with my daughter, something new and fresh. And
yeah, well, Phineas and Ferb was really great in that way, is because basically, it's a unique show because there really weren't any bad guys. Doofenshmirtz thought he was bad, but he was just inept.
Right.
And so you could watch it, and your kids aren't going to get overly scared. The parents are going to get the over their head jokes, and the kids are going to get the funny kid jokes, and you can stand it.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of shows with my daughter, and I'm sitting there going, God, I can't sit through another minute of this.
No, that one you actually enjoy watching with them. Like I would laugh too. I mean, that's when a show's good, is when you can enjoy it with your kids, not just watch it with them.
Yeah.
Right. And
who's your favorite character to draw on the show?
On Phineas and Ferb?
Mm-hmm.
I like Phineas.
Yeah.
He's a challenge, because he'd be in a lot of movie things where he was in Singing in the Rain, and they had to put him in the Singing in the Rain outfit, but he's got this tiny little peaky head, so you have to figure out how to make the hat work, and I just like the whole personality of the character. Of course, Doofenshmirtz was fun too, because he was always getting skinned or covered in mud, or walking around in his underwear and that kind of stuff. And what's more fun than that?
Right, exactly.
So it was a great show to work on. What I'm working on right now is another show with Dan Povenmire called Hamster and Gretel.
Oh boy!
Which is a show about
hamster.
Kevin and his sister Gretel are driving in the van. They get stopped by aliens, and the aliens will give two people in the van superpowers.
Oh, what kid wouldn't want?
And what happens is, unfortunately, Gretel had her pet hamster also in the car, and the hamster and Gretel get the powers. And Kevin,
that's a cool idea.
So
yeah, it is.
It's,
and that's
Phineas and Ferb.
my daughter.
It's Phineas and Ferb stuff.
What studio is that then, Mr. Greg?
That's Disney.
Mr. Greg,
Nice.
when you go to Disney, do you work on the studio lot in the Disney building?
I used to work at the studio lot. I live in Colorado. And so I don't go in actually to the Disney studio very often, but we used to work on the lot, which is different than Disneyland. A lot of people have asked me questions saying, do you work in the tunnels under Disneyland? And I say, I wish.
That's what I always thought it was.
Yeah, but there's a studio in Burbank. I'm sure Vernon has been there.
Burbank, California.
California. And it's an amazing place. It's the place that Walt built.
Is it special, Greg? Is it special?
It is special. Just like Disneyland, not Disney World. No, Disneyland.
Greg, because not many people work for Disney. Do they, it's special, isn't it? It's a really special job working for Disney. Do they, give you a special Disney badge or something saying that you...
I do have a number of Disney badges. I have the one I got in 1991, and then the one they sent the other day. Mickey looks a little different on them, but we also get something called a Silver Pass, where you can go to Disneyland for free.
Perfect.
That's awesome.
Or any part in the world if you want to make that trip.
Do they need any monkey lizards? Do they need any monkey lizards?
You know what? I'm pretty sure somebody that looks a little like you is already there.
Yeah.
That's my puppy. That's my puppy. That's my puppy. Yeah.
So, it was funny when, they put you through something called Disney University, or at least they used to. I started in 91, where they show you all this, the workings of the company and all that stuff. And the woman that was giving us the thing said, get ready for it, because people will leave their kids with you because you work for Disney. They'll totally trust you. I said, that's very dangerous, because many of the people I know in this business, I wouldn't leave my dog with them. But it is pretty cool.
Well, it's like Scuba Pete just commented. I think that's kind of neat because, have you ever thought about 20 years from now, people are going to be so nostalgic about these projects that you worked on?
Well, it's already happened. I mean, I have people come up to me and say, Darkwing Duck.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
that was
watched
the
that when
dude.
I was an infant.
Yeah.
And Gargoyles.
watch
So
that
yeah, it is
growing
already
And
happening.
Gargoyles and everything. Yeah, it happens all the time. It even happens with Phineas and Ferb. You know, I do a lot of, well, I do a convention here in Denver every year, not lately, but where people have come to me as kids and now they're in the Navy, you know, so,
Wow.
you know, and they come back. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
What's the name of your convention? Because we've got some friends in Colorado and Denver. What's the name of your convention?
They just changed it. I think it's the Denver FanCon now.
Okay.
But it was, you know, and they expected 8,000 people the first year, and of course 20,000 showed up, and you know, so it really has taken off, and it's a lot of fun to do.
Wow.
So
So
try to do it every year.
So as a character designer, like I have this, and this is a show that you worked on. Would you say you designed this action figure then?
Look. I'll raise you.
Oh, Greg
Yeah,
is much better, it looks like.
I basically designed him and
wow.
number of the characters from the show.
Do you want to show yours again?
Oh, I don't know if Josh is in the chat. I see that Captain America shield in the back. Sorry to.
Yeah.
I do that stuff.
It's a secret. It's a secret. I was going to say later on, have you got a secret that you're not telling us, Mr. Greg?
Yeah, I'm really old and dead. They haven't really told us if Cap's dead or what has happened to him. But
Greg, can you show your gargoyle again? I made you full screen, so.
Oh, he's a good one.
Ooh, yeah, he looks sweet.
That's much better than this
on
one.
your shelf.
yeah, they did a nice job with these, and I think I bought most of them and have them in the archives.
Yeah, they got some new ones out from, I think, Super.
Yeah, and they look pretty good too. I haven't actually seen one in person, but yeah, these are very nice. And I did design him and Damona and Hudson and Elisa, the girl.
That is super cool.
You know, Frank Parr is another artist. He was a producer on the show, and he went over and he finessed them a little bit, brought them more in line with the Batman the Animated Series look, where I just drew superheroes. And I got the job because I've done Hawk and Dove. I got a phone call and said, you know, you draw comics? And I said, well, I worked for DC. And so I went up and met a bunch of great guys, Greg Weisman and Bob Klein and Dave Schwartz. And we just, you know, I just went home at night and drew Gargoyle, and they picked pieces of the Gargoyle and Frankensteined them together into this character. And, you know, it was another one of those things where you don't know if it's ever going to see the light of day.
Mhm.
And, you know, it comes out and it was a pretty big hit, and, you know, people remember it fondly. So it's always cool to see something you designed as a toy. I also have this, which is a character from Mighty Ducks.
Mighty Ducks.
Oh yeah, look at that.
And these toys turned out really well because we actually met with Mattel and went over the sculpts and finessed them. And
What's he called? What's he called?
You know what? I can't remember what his name is.
He's cool. He's cool.
But I know the main guy was. Anyway, they were Mighty Ducks, and they played.
Yeah, the Mighty Ducks. The Mighty Ducks.
That's from 30 years ago.
So you were directly in. So not only did you design the characters for the show, in this case, you actually work with a toy company to make the action figures.
And that was the only time that happened. I mean, Mattel would come in, we'd sit at a table, and we'd look at the sculpts made out of some sort of clay-like material, and we would change this and change that and get the proportions right. And you know, I think it really helped with the look of the toys. And they, you know, they always want to just slap a decal on something and call it the, you know, Duck motorcycle or whatever they drove.
Right.
And, you know, we really pushed to get everything as accurate, because when I was a kid, I hated the Batman Halloween costume that said Batman right here.
Right.
Yeah, I had to wear the towel with the hoodie. I know what you're talking about. All that.
Yeah.
Stuff.
And, you know, the costumes were always wonky and now, of course, there's millions of action figures out there that are right on top, or sometimes even better. And, you know, the beautiful sculpts and all the trouble people go to. We didn't have that stuff until maybe the Superpowers collection came out in the late 80s, where the characters were much better than they had ever been. And, I've got all those. So,
so you collect action figures then?
I have collected them over the years. You run out of room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it was funny, when I was working at everybody at Disney, almost everybody collected action figures. So there's a million of them, and we had that earthquake that time, and guys had to go in and spend hours putting all their action figures back where they were. And so that wasn't.
So you have some of the first figures that you collected. You want to show those to us?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
They're pretty old.
Yeah.
This was the very first action figure.
Where's
it's Daniel Boone, and
his toys still in the house?
I don't know what year it's from, but
I don't know. I'm going to highlight everybody in the chat that's going to recognize that figure.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. But the weird thing about this guy is everything moves on him, but his legs are not movable.
Man, look at that guy.
But that might have even been a holdover from, the Daniel Boone TV show.
Sure.
And then there was good old Johnny West.
Oh,
and this was line by Marks, and they had a whole bunch of, they had Custer, and they had Geronimo, and Chief Cherokee, and Jane West.
That picture, when I see the picture on the box, I think of James Gardner. I don't know why.
I always thought he kind of looked like President Kennedy.
Yeah.
But it was cool because he had holsters and guns and all this stuff. But the one that really
Josh
hit was this one. And he was great because he had all these costumes. You could make him into Superman, Batman, the Lone Ranger, Flash Gordon, Phantom, Nick Fury.
No way, that's so cool.
Aquaman and Spider-Man, and there were Buck Rogers and a couple of
history right there. That's amazing.
They look kind of rough when you put the costume on. I mean, it wasn't going to stun anybody with its artistic ability. Sure. As kids, we ate that stuff up. I know.
Yeah, as a
Vern's brother was a big fan too, and so that was the stuff I had.
Cool. So, G-Force is asking you if you could work on any Disney project, which would you choose?
I'd love to see them do a Mickey Mouse project where he is. I don't know if you guys remember. There used to be a Mickey Mouse comic strip where he used to have adventures, and he was like a detective sometimes, and he, and they were kind of like action.
Why don't they do stuff like that?
Because they're so protective of the Mickey character that I think they're talking about doing something like that, but they're so protective of the character because he went from their big main character to a corporate symbol,
like the president.
Yeah, he's a corporate symbol. Yeah,
and I'd like to do where you make him a little more something like DuckTales.
Yeah, I was thinking Indiana Jones.
Yeah, and Donald and Goofy and Mickey, and then you just take him on adventure.
Yeah, Goofy could be the bad guy, going after the Ark and stuff.
Well, they used to have a character called the Phantom Blot, which would be a great villain. So I don't know if he's showed up in DuckTales yet, but probably.
Nice. So Super Awesome Geek is a return to Gargoyles. You think there's any chance of something like that ever happening?
I think so.
He's tight-lipped. He's tight-lipped. Look. He's got
They're seeing these people go crazy on the internet about it because I see it on my
Disney
all the
Plus.
time.
Yeah,
so all these people are now getting introduced to it. Yeah,
it's funny because originally they talked about making a Gargoyles movie. I mean, not long after the show was taken off the air. I don't think it ever got canceled. I think the regime changed and they weren't interested in it anymore. But the only thing you have to make sure you do if you're going to do another Gargoyles project, the hard thing is, do you pick it up where it left off, like it's still 1993 or whatever? Or do you update it where it's current time? And,
Yeah, it's very sensitive.
Elisa Maza is 50, and that'd be the hardest part. But the thing that's integral to the whole thing working is Greg Weisman has to be part of it, the
Right.
creator of the show, because without him, it's Star Trek season 3, and
well, that's what happened with the
Right.
new Star Wars, basically.
yeah, and the
Wait a minute,
most
hold on.
important people in Star Wars wasn't George Lucas. It was
No.
Lawrence Kasdan and Lee Brackett. Those people.
I think
Because they-
I think I have a picture of Star Trek season 3, what you're talking about.
Oh no!
Is that him in there somewhere?
This is
Seen
a-
that picture?
These are a number of people who worked at Disney, and there's me. I'm Dr. McCoy, and
Bones.
That's cool.
and the guy that's playing Captain Kirk talked us all into doing this, and that's Chris
great.
Bukowski is Kirk. That's Sulu is Vern's brother Vic,
Ah.
and
Mm.
we had a lot of fun that Halloween. They used to have a Halloween party on the
that was
lot.
not Halloween. Come on.
Yeah.
Well, we don't work often like this.
that was just a Saturday.
Yeah, it was just
That was Saturday.
but
Well, you mentioned Star Trek, so I had to throw that up there.
no, I shouldn't have fallen into that trap.
Yeah. Got you. Got you.
So, yeah, we had a lot, it was those were fun days. Those were the Darkwing Duck days. And I don't know, all we did was screw around and do stuff like that. And we somehow still got our work done. But now I work, 8 hours a day and I'm working every minute. So I don't know how we had
Oh
the
my gosh.
ability to do that then. But
G-Force called that Casual Friday.
yeah, those shirts aren't comfortable. So I don't advise it. They feel like if you got an open flame near them, you'd go up like a matchstick.
Yeah.
So being a character designer means you can pretty much live anywhere in the world and just collaborate over the internet now.
Well, now you can, but originally I started doing this about 2007, and I had been in Burbank and working on the lot and working at all the studios. They got studios scattered all over the place in Burbank, and my wife's mom got sick, and so we decided to move out here to help take care of her, and she died shortly after we got here, so that didn't happen. But we loved Colorado, and when COVID hit, everybody was freaking out about, we don't get to hang around and talk to people. And, I've been doing this already for about 13 years at that point where, I'm in my studio here and I've got my Cintiq and I send things over the internet. Originally, I sent stuff through FedEx because Disney, of course, has a giant FedEx account. You could send stuff everywhere and it doesn't cost you anything. Me anyway. But now with Cintiqs and
What's that? I don't know.
A Cintiq is I've got it sitting right here. It's a computer you can actually draw on. It's a screen and you have a cursor. This is the cursor. And you can draw it physically on the screen, and then you just make a JPEG or a Photoshop file, and I can drop it in their secure folder, and they have it. I mean, I can drop it there, and they have it while we're talking on the phone.
Well, don't send it to Dude because he won't accept files that are bigger than 100 megabytes.
Yes, if it's under 100 megabytes.
As long as it's under 100 megabytes.
His computer says no. His computer says no.
I have a question. Just from like a tactile feel, does it feel the same as if you're drawing on paper, or did you have to learn a little bit of a new skill with it?
You have to learn. And it happened overnight. It's like since I've been living in Colorado, it happened to switch over. And I would go in about every 5 weeks and work in house for a week because I don't want everybody to think I'm dead. And and so and you get to know your crew and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I'd go in there and everybody's drawing on paper. I mean, they were drawing on what we call animation discs, the big disc in the middle of the table where you turn it, you can turn it and draw on paper, a punched paper, which I still do. And one of the other times I came in, everybody's working on a Cintiq, and what I couldn't figure out is how did they learn to do this? I mean, it happened in a matter of weeks that everybody learned to do it, and it is pretty. I mean, you have to learn Photoshop and some of that stuff, But it's pretty self-explanatory. I resisted it all the way because I still do my roughs and stuff on a piece of paper and scan them into my
Change.
Yeah.
Hey,
anyways, I want to
Greg.
thank Dan for the super chat, and he says,
thanks,
Greg, your
Dan.
work is fabulous. So awesome to see so many favorites here linked to you. And here's your head swap there, Dan.
Okay, that's funny.
Thank you very much.
You know, Greg, that Vern's got a reputation for swapping heads. Did you know that?
I've heard that.
He does it all the time. He can't help himself. He's always
This is,
changing the heads.
Red Hulk, and this is the head for the new Watcher figure.
Oh,
So
yeah, I
it's
thought that was the Watcher.
Yeah, it's a little head swap there. I got a little problem.
He's got a big problem. He's got a big problem. Greg, I've got a question for you.
Sure.
From one creator to another. So I like writing songs, and when I write my songs, I like
He
to
makes the whole
be
world sing.
I like to be naked when I do it because I feel free and open. So when you're doing your drawings, are you naked?
No.
Oh.
My chair is uncomfortable in that way. It's kind of a bead of fabric, and
Yeah, it would be a little
Do you
uncomfortable.
wear shorts? Do you wear shorts?
I have shorts on usually. Yeah.
All right, here's an opportune moment. I bet the dude's got his special shorts on. Dude, have you got your special? Come on, we
I
want to
do.
see him.
All right.
We got to see the dude. You check out his shorts.
Oh,
He's got
Vern's got them too.
My
I'm
special
wearing shorts.
shorts.
there we go.
They're like
Look at him.
PJ shorts.
So you come in.
Yeah, he had a
Special
pretty
shorts.
graphic video over the weekend go viral.
Oh my gosh.
I'll be bad if you ever did forget them.
I lost 10 subscribers because of that video.
Yes,
They're great shorts.
We
man.
continue
They're
to
great
lose them,
shorts.
too.
Well, the good thing about and of course now with COVID, everybody's working at home, so everybody's adapted to my lifestyle, and nobody wears real pants. I mean, we're wearing sweatpants and long.
I'm wearing sweats, yeah.
It's much better, I don't know what's going to happen when I have to go in and actually wear shoes and all that. The man will make me to do, but it'll be different.
What's your studio like, Greg?
Speaking of that, I had to interview people a couple weeks ago, and I traveled to interview. I'm in medical device sales, and so I'm interviewing people, and I just showed up in scrubs. I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I just came from the hospital."
That's very impressive. The cartoonists don't have any
for
of
2
that.
days interviewing people, just apologizing. Sorry, I just came from the hospital.
Right. I think scrubs would be very comfortable to wear all day.
Oh, scrubs are amazing. Yeah, I mean, it's one of the perks of working in a hospital. The scrubs, but
Yeah.
the downside is you can level up weight wise, and you can't tell, and then all of a sudden, and then you go to put on like normal pants, and you're like, oh my god, what happened?
Oh, my pants have shrunk.
Dude, it happened to me. Like, I gained 42 pounds last year with COVID, just being in the house. And I finally went to put on jeans. I was like, oh my God, like, what happened? So scrubs are dangerous for that reason.
It does sound dangerous.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Tangent.
Brightest Day has joined us.
Hello, Brightest Day. Hello. Greg, what's your studio like then? Have you got loads of, could you fill it with all your cool stuff?
Yeah, I've got my robots here.
Oh, I like robots. Wow. Apart from protocol droids. What robots are?
This is Robbie from Forbidden Planet.
Oh, yeah.
The same guy built the Lost in Space robot.
Oh, wow.
And
the Twilight Zone one.
Does he still talk? Doesn't look like it. He needs new batteries.
Yeah, that's what people thought the future was back in the 70s.
Yeah, and it's very disappointing to find out that the future means phones.
Yeah.
Right.
We were going to have robots. We were going to have flying cars and jetpacks.
We got phones.
We got
That's a great point.
do a lot of stuff.
We do have cable over the internet though, so we got that.
We do have that. So we've got a lot of stuff to watch.
Yeah,
It's
shows
good.
With
Animation's
jetpacks
booming.
and flying cars.
Yeah.
Animation's booming, and projects that would have never seen the light of day are seeing the light of day. So
Yep. And working from home, like you were just talking about.
yeah,
Are you a fan of the animated Star Wars series, Greg? Like Clone
I do.
Wars?
I am a fan of Star Wars. I like what they're, I like The Mandalorian better than I think any of the movies that have been made in the last 10 years.
Yeah, it's a masterpiece. Good
That's
stuff.
a very, very fair statement.
Yeah. And, let's see if they can keep it going. But, all this stuff is hard. It's particularly when you got to pick up and that's why I'm kind of a little afraid that Gargoyles may ever see the light of day again, because, people remember it fondly now. But, when you've got to try to pick up the strings and try to make it make sense. I'm more of a Star Trek fan. That's in my Star Trek, because, I watched it when I was a kid at 4:00 every afternoon. And the people that are younger, Star Wars is the same way for them. But I remember coming out of Star Wars feeling like I'd been hit in the head with a bat. I thought, this is all we've ever dreamed of. This is the greatest thing ever, and the problem, part of the problem with all this stuff is it's now so accessible. You can, there's no anticipation. Stuff comes out. You can watch all the episodes on one day.
Yeah.
We used to have to wait years for this stuff.
Yep.
And
you would go months and wouldn't be able to watch any Star Wars movies unless you got lucky at a friend's house and he had the VHS. Because I remember they used to be like $120 just for a copy of the VHS,
right,
way back in the early '80s.
Yeah, that's and it was like hen's teeth. There weren't that many. Now you've got science fiction everywhere. The world's ending on every channel at any time of day.
Yeah,
and you got the Marvel movies and all this stuff. So it's an amazing thing. Look at the action figures that are out now. We had Daniel Boone, so very cool.
Have you seen What If?
I've watched the first one.
So if you could design a Marvel character but make it a variant like that in an alternate universe, do you have one you think you'd do?
Good question.
Well, I'd love to do anything with Captain America.
Yeah.
It's funny because he's one of the oldest Marvel characters, and I think by far the most popular. Anytime you go to any of these Marvel movies and he makes his first appearance, the audience goes crazy.
Yeah. A lot of that's due to the actor too. He did such a great job. Yeah.
And Marvel has been very skilled in their casting. Because without a,
they've only missed a couple. I'd say they've missed a couple, but still, that's pretty good.
It took me a long time to warm up to Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow, because she's nothing like I imagined Black Widow. No accent, no anything, and they didn't even try to do that. But then after a while, you just really get used to her and really like her. And I don't know what they're. I can't.
I was sold instantly on her.
Because Sean was straight in. I was gonna say they say that Sean. He's
well, I was sold in some ways.
Yeah.
But their casting has been great. They've almost, even their movies that are regarded as their weaker ones, if that's all we would have had before any of these other movies came out, we'd been thrilled. Yeah. We'd been thrilled with Thor: The Dark World. We'd have thought that was the great.
Right.
I like that one.
Especially if you're thinking about that old '80s TV Captain America movie, where he had the little motorcycle helmet,
or the big shoulders, and
I just want to snuggle with Darcy.
We're so thrilled to
snuggle with Darcy.
We were so thrilled to have anything, the old Hulk show and all that stuff. So, it's cool for creative people because people like me, I had, we had How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way. That's there was so little that you could creatively tie into that help you with what you want to do. Now you can go, YouTube, you can go anywhere and find information by, some of it's crap, but some of it's actual professionals who know what they're talking about. And, that is how you make quantum jumps in your ability, because, if somebody shows you you're drawing knees wrong. There was a guy at Disney when I got there named Alan Zaslav, and he'd been one of the animators at Termite Terrace with the classic old Warner Brothers stuff. He knew Chuck Jones and all those guys. And he was an art teacher for years. And I was showing him some of my comics, and he'd looked at him and said, Guler, you don't even know how to draw a knee. And I'm sitting there going, okay, Alan, show me how to draw a knee.
It's interesting. You have this section on your website. These look like how to draw Phineas and Ferb.
Yeah, that is a book that, God, I'm blanking on the company now, but these were books that I learned. I learned to draw from. I mean, they had a number of these older books back then, and we used them in animation studios. We used them when we started doing the TV series Tarzan. We didn't have any reference, so I went and bought one of those. God darn it, what's the name of the company? But anyway, it's an old company, and we used those as our models because we had nothing to work with. The feature division and the TV division did not mix because, the features were the big boys and the TV was the little boys, and they didn't mix very well. At that time, though, it was the TV division that was keeping Disney afloat animation-wise. But, features is features and TV is TV, and they wouldn't share very well. And same thing with Pixar. When I did the Buzz Lightyear show, we had no idea what Zurg looked like, and we could not get any reference on him. So I drew 300 Zurgs that were way off. And then we finally got the wire, we got a wireframe, it isn't even detailed. It's just a wireframe version of Zurg. And from there I had to design, because they didn't want us to do a Buzz Lightyear show. So, but we did it anyway.
It kind of sounds like what happened between Marvel TV and Marvel Studios until they all went under Kevin Feige.
Right. And that, that genius, that whole thing is genius. The whole idea of starting with Iron Man, who, in the comics is kind of a level B character. Iron Man was never a big deal. He could hardly keep his own comic being printed. And, it was the Avenger, he was part of the Avengers, and, those were the big books.
Well, he had one comic. Spider-Man had, I think, 5 comics.
Right.
So, I know what you mean. And Batman probably, who knows how many he had. I didn't buy any Batman.
Well, and, Iron Man, they used to do a thing at Marvel where there'd be 2 characters per issue, and it'd be Iron Man and Captain America.
Yeah, always had tie-ins. Yeah.
But, to start with Iron Man was just brilliant because it's a character that I think people could get into. He had all this tech, so he didn't seem too superhero-y.
Right, exactly.
It was a real good way to put your foot in the water. They'd already done the X-Men. And
we had just seen Spider-Man and the Hulk fail. Yeah. The Hulk failed miserably.
Yeah. So, the way Marvel's handled this deal is really...
That's been impressive.
Sadly, DC hasn't had the same kind of success, and they're the company that's closest to my heart because...
I think this new Batman, something about it, I'm really excited about this new Batman. It's just so violent, and that's the Batman that I remember. They had cigarette smoking in there, drugs, and he was, in the dark alleys. It was
normal Saturday night for Sean.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited for this Batman.
Just had a skateboard that was Sean at
that guy's face.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens.
Well, that's why you mentioned earlier. Yeah.
Sean was running around in a skateboard gang, beating people up.
I should have been a professional skateboarder, but there was no technology around. There was nobody there to boost me to the next step. Nobody was filming like today. People on their smartphones, you just set it down and you can be a professional in something overnight. It's insanity. But I was in England, in the back streets, like the dude said. Good.
I was there too. I'm still here. I'm still here.
That's my generation, man. We got the short end of the stick,
Well, and the people generations before us had even a shorter. It's funny because people like Kurt Swan and the artists that I grew up with in comics, they all wanted to draw for the fancy magazines, the Saturday Evening Post, and do illustration and all that stuff.
And the comic strips,
yeah. And they got regulated to, Kurt Swan drew Superman for 30 years, but nobody remembers any of those other people now. Jack Kirby, labored in obscurity for years and years, and now he's the guy that built the whole thing. And every movie he gets credits, and it's listed, and everybody has to sit there through all those damn credits to see the end scenes and stuff. So it's cool.
Mr. Greg, I've got a question. I've got a question for you. You've obviously had a really successful career and you've worked on lots and lots of amazing projects. What would you say is the highlight of your animation career, your drawing career?
Well, there's like three answers to that question. There are probably 3 projects that I've worked on that I'm the most proud of, and all for different reasons. The first one is Gargoyles, because it was so different. I had people that come up to me at the coffee machine and say, "What are you working on? What is this thing? They're demons, or what's the story?" Disney doesn't do that kind of stuff. And I said, Walt Disney would, if he was still alive.
Absolutely.
Walt Disney, he didn't just, you can't follow pigs with pigs and ducks with ducks. You have to branch out, and he did that.
That's what's cool about this What If series, because really they're pushing the limit.
It's it's really dark too.
Yeah,
and it looks great.
Oh, it's so good. Each episode, you're like, was that better than the last one? I mean, it's really dark story.
Yesterday that What If was actually a comic book.
It is, yeah.
It was.
And DC had its own version. What did they call it? Elseworlds.
Yeah, and Star Wars had one. Star Wars had one called Infinites.
Well, but what's so smart about the What If is that, like, let's say we like some versions of those characters. This is all going to merge, right, with all the multiverse of madness, and so they could take figures that are really cool from What If, and they could put those characters back in the movies, because everything What If is technically canon, because it's canon in the multiverse. So even though you could, so that's a way they can bring back characters who died in prior films, But then now they're alternate Loki. You have an alternate version of Loki now.
Yeah, this multiverse thing is brilliant because even when this Marvel thing happened, I thought, what's going to happen when Chris Evans gets tired of making these movies?
Right.
What's going to happen when they get too old and you really can't have a Marvel universe without certain characters because they're integral. You can't do it without Spider-Man. You can't do it without, even Captain America, I think, is pretty iffy to continue. But now with this multiverse thing that they're doing, Doctor Strange, and they're going to have Ant-Man, and they're going to do all this multi-universe thing, they can just do anything.
Yeah.
They can bring in another Captain America.
Well, look at what they did with What If. You had Captain Carter, and then Steve, drove the mech suit that Howard Stark built. I mean, what a cool! I thought that was such a cool spin on everything, man. I cannot wait to get those 2 figures.
And they work it in such an intelligent way. I loved it. Someday someone will write a book about how they choreographed all this stuff, how they planted things in movies when they didn't know if there'd be another movie.
Right.
And that's what, that's what's great about stuff like this and Star Wars. As long as people pick it up and use it correctly, it can go on forever. And then I'd have to say my second thing was a show called Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, which was the original Mickey Mouse.
Oh, I've seen them all.
Yeah. And that song.
Come inside, it's fun inside.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's like the intro. That's one of the only shows you wouldn't skip the intro,
Yeah. But that was cool because I got to take those iconic characters and make them into CG characters. And I think mostly we were very successful. I mean, they seem like the same characters. Yeah. We did the thing where the ears swivel because, Mickey's got the swiveling ears from the old 2D animation and the muzzle that has to move up and down. It's tricky. And that's why Mickey doesn't ever look correct when you see him in a 3D representation like a figure at Disneyland, because he's cheated all over the place. Animation can cheat those things. And then I'd have to say Phineas and Ferb, because it's just been such a giant hit. And I've had so many people tell me how much they enjoy it. And it's fun to do. What's not fun about drawing a crazy scientist running around in his underwear? It's a lot of fun.
There'd be no Rick or Morty or none of that stuff would be around probably without it.
So, Greg, what advice do you have for a student who wants to be a character designer?
Well, the main thing I think is to draw all the time. You have to really hone that ability. And now, like we've said before, the opportunities are just so vast. You can go on Google or anything anytime and see tutorials in how to do everything. Back when I started at Disney, I was a prop designer, And I had to have books of props. I had to have books on my shelf that had, what a hammer looks like and all that stuff, because we couldn't just go on Google and put in a hammer and have 50 hammers show up on the screen so that we knew how to draw them. Get an education, go to an art school if you can afford it, because you really jump ahead a lot faster if you have somebody telling you what you're doing wrong. And also, don't draw in just one style. I look at so many portfolios, anime is great, but unless you're applying for a job that's an anime show, you won't get that job unless you've got someone looking at your portfolio who's very perceptive and can say, this guy can really draw and will be able to, or this guy or girl.
Like you said, the person with holding the groceries walking across the street, you got to be able to draw that.
Yeah. And there's a lot of Star Wars fans, there's a lot of Marvel fans, there's a lot of DC fans, but if that's all your portfolio is full of, unless you can just fit that niche that they're looking for, they'll probably pass you up for somebody who's got lots of different stuff in their portfolio.
Sure.
Draw from life, draw a telephone, draw, a chair, and get it in perspective, learn composition. Form is really important in drawing, because what you're really doing when you draw something, even if it's a character like Phineas and Ferb, you have to have them standing in space. So you've got to make what you're doing by drawing something is tricking your brain into thinking that this thing that can't be real is real, and it's standing right in front of you. Like when you draw Phineas, you have to draw him. Right. So his feet are in perspective. So his body's in perspective. His head isn't in perspective because it's flat like a donut or like a Dorito. But, and learn those things. And, those are things that if you're not having fun learning to do it, you probably won't be one. It's like people that have to want to be, my wife used to teach piano, and she'd always tell her students that if you have to force this person to go and play the piano and do his lessons, they aren't going to become a professional pianist, because you have to feel the need to do it. I mean, I can't go very long without wanting to draw something. And, if you're in Hawaii, you don't feel like drawing something. But the minute you get into the room, I feel like if I could just get a pencil or something and just draw something. And you need to have that passion throughout your whole artistic career, because you can get burned out. It's easy to, deadlines are important, and there's always a pressure to meet that deadline. And in the animation business, it's so many hands touch everything. Like when I design a character, I get a script, I talk to the director. The director may have a direction they want me to go into, like naming a character from a movie or Godzilla or whatever it is. And so I would go off and I draw a version of that or a number of versions of that and submit them. But I have to make sure that I can get my work done at a timely manner so that the next person can get their job done in a timely manner, like the colorist. Right. There's somebody that has to color this thing now. And then there's somebody who has to, and down the line. So if you turn into a person who get frazzled creatively and can't meet those, and everybody misses a deadline occasionally, but for a number of reasons. But you don't want to be the hitch in the giddy up. You don't want to be the person who everybody's mad at because you didn't get it done.
Right.
And be a decent person.
So that question actually was texted in to me by somebody who's not able to chat here. So I'm hoping that if he's watching still, now you have some idea of how you can be a character designer too. Yeah.
I mean, it's just a matter of looking at things that are your influences and adapting them to your aesthetic.
Right.
Don't put anything. I've seen this happen a few times where somebody is looking at a portfolio and they see a drawing that they did, and somebody just copied it and put it in their portfolio. Never do that.
Never. Oh my gosh. Have you actually seen that?
I haven't actually seen that myself, but I've talked to people who have been looking at portfolios, and there's a drawing they did, and they said,
amazing.
And it's
Greg, real quick, I'm so sorry. My 12-year-old daughter came down here, and she refuses to be on. But Greg, will you tell her the couple of the shows that you worked on? He worked on some shows you'll know.
Phineas and Ferb.
Yeah. Phineas and Ferb.
What does he mean by that?
Would you mind telling her what you did on Phineas and Ferb? I'm sorry.
On Phineas and Ferb, I designed the characters. So when the writer writes a story, I have to be the one that figures out what they look like. The very first character I ever designed for the show from scratch, there were sketches of Phineas and Ferb, was Jeremy, Candace's boyfriend. I also
You did that? Whoa.
I also designed the Fireside Girls. And one of the Fireside Girls, the little one with the short hair named Gretchen, is a caricature of my daughter at the time.
Oh, that's so cool.
And
he also worked on Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, Lilo and Stitch.
You design the characters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa. Cool.
You're cool.
This is a disembodied voice.
Yeah, she refuses. She says, "I don't want to come on with you weird old men."
Oh, say hello.
Listen, let's say that again. Say that again. Say it.
I don't want to be on a show where old men collect dolls.
What? What?
Sadly, you're probably not the first person to say that.
No, it's true. It's true. It's all true.
I'm always like, I don't want to be. He's like always inviting me onto episodes, and I'm like, I don't want to be with you while you unbox dolls.
Get out of here. Go do her.
Because like they are kind of dolls.
All right. Don't be mean to the old man.
Say hello to us. Say hello to us.
Hey, I got 4 daughters. I know how it is.
Tell Salacious that I listened to the 3 Men and the MoNKeY-LiZaRD.
Okay. Go up.
You got a fan.
Thanks for hanging out, buddy.
The fan of
Nice.
Salacious, I think.
So yeah, some Salacious Rum in here is trying to find out how big a star could Salacious Rum be if he had an animated show.
Well, probably a gigantic star.
Yeah.
Look at that
Right.
arm.
That's right. Exactly.
Yeah, they could do like a what if show, and Salacious could be the host.
Yeah, they
Like,
could.
watch it.
Yeah.
Oh, look, he's asking another question. There is a MoNKey-LiZaRD that is blown up on YouTube. He's
Yeah.
massive.
Yeah.
How many space bananas would you give him to allow his character on an animated show?
I wouldn't. That's above my pay grade to make that kind of a decision. It's above my banana grade to do that.
Anyway, I'm not just in it for the bananas, Greg. To be honest, I'm a passionate. I'm in it for the love. I'm in it for the love.
Well, there you go. Well, I think you've achieved your goal then.
Thanks.
It's Meatwad.
I don't know who that is.
I don't either.
Meatwad.
That means something different in England.
Oh,
That means something different in England.
Meatwad's that-
Hunger
yeah,
Force.
yeah, those
Aqua Teen
French
Hunger
fries and the meatball, and
Mm.
I can't remember who else is in that show.
Never heard of that one.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that was all that was on TV before Netflix and all that stuff got popular.
Yeah.
I was stuck watching Aqua Teen Hunger Force at like 1 a.m.
Yeah, Scuba Pete's right, dude. Uncle Tez's little son Josh keeps going on their show, calling them man babies, and now your little girl's doing the same. It's funny.
Oh,
Maybe we should have the 2 of them talk on a show about
Yeah.
better than all of us.
Yeah.
They'll be talking about Fortnite and all
Sure.
that garbage.
Anyways, Greg, I know that you had something going on, so it's around 4 o'clock. I just want to let you know, remind you the time.
all
You wanna
right.
stick around if you're having fun, but and blow off whatever you got. But
Well, I could
Up to
probably
you.
stay on for another 10 or so.
Greg, can I just say something on behalf of all of us? It's such a pleasure and an honor to have you on. It's so nice to meet the people that made all the shows that we liked. So
Yeah.
thank you,
Well,
thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank
it-
you.
I'd like,
Thank
yeah, I
you.
second that.
one of the good things about stuff like this and going to conventions and stuff is, most of us just work in a studio like this where we're by ourselves all the time and trying to get the work done and make it to the best that we can in the time we have. And you forget that people are going to watch this. I mean, mostly what you're trying to do is you're trying to come up with something cool, something fun, something that adds to the show, something that people are going to like, but you don't really have contact with them. And so when you go out and do things like this, and you go to Comic-Cons, you actually get to shake the hands of the people that are watching it, because if nobody was watching it, we wouldn't have work. And you know, a creative person wants their stuff to be seen. Otherwise, there's no point in doing it. So it's always fun to meet people that have watched your work and enjoy it, and you know, everybody that does this kind of thing feels the same way, I'm sure.
I think I'm going to go out and get a gargoyle now. I'm going to go out and get a gargoyle to add to my collection in honor of you. I think.
Oh, there you go. Pops does a great series of Gargoyles figures and Funko. I think I've got them all over there. I got them for Christmas one year. And there's that new Necco gargoyle stuff. Yeah. I haven't actually seen one physically, but they look pretty cool.
G-Force thinks I have some dirt on you that's making you do this interview.
That would never be true. It's fun to be here.
Thanks. I really appreciate you coming on. It was kind of interesting because when I found out you were coming on, just to tell everybody again, I went through my comic collection. I actually found this. So I was really surprised that I actually had a comic you worked on, because I didn't collect any more of the Hawk and Dove, by the way, but it was, at the time, it was this cover is what sold me, which made me pick it up and say, hey, I'm going to get that. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Is that the one to get? Is that the one to get?
Well,
I don't know, but
cover.
What's interesting about that?
Can you full screen that, Vern, real quick?
Yeah, because I'm gonna get that the one so that I can say I met.
Yeah, I would like to do that too. That would be cool. Yeah,
what's cool about that issue is that Steve Ditko, the guy that created the look of Spider-Man and drew the first, I don't know how many years worth of issues, created Hawk and Dove. And he also created the Creeper, and he also created the Madmen. And so they all met in that issue. And so it was kind of fun to try to draw them a little bit like Steve Ditko did, because
that's cool.
He had weird poses and stuff. He put everybody in. If you read those early Spider-Mans, early Doctor Stranges, everybody had their fingers like this all the time. And, Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man was another show I worked on, and Vern's brother also worked on it, or really worked on it. That Spectacular Spider-Man has a lot of the flavor of the old Ditko stuff, and which is why I think it's the best Spider-Man media project ever. I mean, it's better than the movies. It's right on the money. So it's good stuff. And Greg Weisman too worked on it, and he was a Gargoyles guy. So
that's pretty cool. So I have, I think the most important question for me is, because you worked with my brother, which one of us has the best hair?
Well, of course, the person I'm talking to at the time has the best hair.
Yeah.
I'm just messing around.
You're lucky in your hair, because it's wonderful. It's beautiful.
Gotta say, he's a good-looking fella, that Victor Cook, though. He's a good-looking boy. He's a good looker.
We've had a lot of good years working together, Vic and I.
Oh, bless you.
So
cool.
Bless you.
Any other questions?
Anybody?
We'll think of them all after you leave.
As soon as
I don't have
questions come.
Is your shield? Come on, do we get a quick peek at your shield again? Can we go back to that? Let's have a look at your shield. I see it hiding there. We all say, there it is. Look, he's getting it. He's getting it. He's getting it. He's getting it. Here we go.
There it is.
Oh.
It's cool because it's got the leather.
Oh, nice.
Straps.
Very nice.
It doesn't come back to you though if you throw it.
No.
Just rolls
so you
around.
are in the backyard throwing that around.
So, yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
I got that for Father's Day last year.
Oh, how cool.
That's awesome.
They know me.
That's good.
Now, was it a surprise, or did you leave a hint?
Well, I saw it I think on Facebook, on the internet somewhere, and I shared it simply because I wanted to be able to look at it again, because it was so cheap. I'm thinking this can't be a real thing. This might be a thing you get one this size,
Right.
Yeah.
And so I saved it. I shared it on Facebook. Just think, a lot of my friends are into comics and stuff they might want to look at. But my wife saw it, and she got it for me. I was totally astonished when
That's super cool.
Yeah. Who would have thought?
The SpaceX just landed. They just, John just said SpaceX landed. That's good.
Yeah,
Isn't
they
it?
landed. This is the first civilian crew that they sent into space.
Oh, it's
But
been
were there any cosmic rays involved?
Yeah. There
Oh,
were
yeah.
4 of them.
It'd be great if Marvel just set this up and just did, this is big publicity stuff. I remember when I used to read those old Fantastic Four. Every time Galactus or somebody would be stomping into town, there'd be somebody in the crowd that would say, "This must be some kind of big advertising stunt." So they're thinking, boy, you think those advertising agencies have a really big budget, don't you?
Right.
So G-Force is asking you, do you prefer colored pencils, regular pencils? What's your preferred medium?
Well, if when I work on a Cintiq, which is a computer pad, but I always start drawing on paper, and just a regular number 2 pencil, and usually there's something called color erase pencils, and I don't know if I have one here, but they're erasable colored pencils. And I learned years ago that comic book people and even in the animation business would use those color erase pencils because blue does not reproduce when you put it through the copier. So you can do a rough drawing with blue, and then you go over it with a pencil. And if you make a copy of it, all you can see is the dark pencil, the black pencil part. So I always start with a blue pencil and rough out the shapes and that kind of stuff. And then I go in with a black pencil and do the detail. Then I scan it into that scanner right there.
Because that's a big one. You got a big scanner.
And
it's a monster scanner.
And then I put it in the Cintiq, scan it in the Cintiq, and then I go over it with Photoshop.
You ever drawn a MoNKey-LiZaRD, Greg? You ever drawn a MoNKey-LiZaRD?
No, I drew a lot of characters for that Phineas and Ferb Star Wars thing, but I don't remember drawing any MoNKey-LiZaRDs.
Oh, you're missing out. You're missing out because we're quite attractive.
I remember doing Jabba.
Oh, yeah, I don't like him. He's slimy.
I think I'm going to watch that again tonight with my kids.
You know,
That's on Disney Plus, right?
What's great about it, I remember the day Disney bought Lucasfilm.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody at Disney and said, "We're going to do a parody of Star Wars, aren't we?" And they said, "They've already got it started." And I thought, oh God, everybody's parodied Star Wars already. Everybody's done this already. Family Guy, Simpsons, everybody. How are we going to make ours good? And the first stuff I saw it was the scene. I don't know if you guys have all seen it, but there's a scene where you see the big the Empire ship, the triangular one, coming at camera, and there's a building on top of it.
Yeah.
And they get into the building, and here's all these stormtroopers. They've got like neckties and short sleeve shirts and the helmet on, and they're holding cups of coffee, standing around. It was the administration office, and the ship lurches and all their chairs slide sideways. And I thought, this is going to be great. And the thing that they did that was the greatest was they didn't have Phineas be Luke and Ferb be somebody else. They live next door to Luke. So there's a scene where they come by and Luke's in that weird outfit that never actually made it into the movie with the bucket hat and the poncho, and he's saying, "I have to go and get some power converters," and we got those for you right here, Phineas and Ferb, and give it to him, and Perry is the agent that brought the plans for the Death Star to Princess Leia, and it's on a CD, it looks like, and he holds it like like that weird scene in Star Wars where he goes, "Look, sir, droids," and he holds that ring up like what are they doing, crapping those rings, or what's the but
Hilarious.
and they put so much great stuff in there that it's really fun. The biggest challenge of that whole thing was trying to do a Phineas and Ferb version of Mark Hamill, who is a classic good-looking guy, and there's nothing to work with. He just ends up looking like every other good-looking guy. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. And then we did the Mission Marvel thing where we got to put the Marvel superheroes in with Phineas and Ferb, and so you get to draw stuff that you've always kind of wanted to draw. Marvel had quite tight control over that, though, and it's a weird it's a weird combination of characters. It's MODOK and Venom and the Red Skull with no Captain America and Spider-Man. I'm sitting there going, well, what a weird group of heroes they picked for this. But
Yeah.
That's, they had reasons, I guess. So, but it was, it was fun to work on that. So, well, I better get going.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
Thanks for all
having you, Greg.
thanks for
Really
all the
appreciate
info,
it.
man. It was so interesting. Yeah,
Thanks,
I really
Mr. Greg.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hit me up. Hit me up anytime. If you want to, enter the MoNKey-LiZaRD arena.
Okay.
I'm your guy.
Right.
Yeah, maybe we'll get you and Victor on at the same time.
Oh, that'd be
sometime.
well. There might be some hair
I've
discussion.
been told though that those Monday night slots are booked till like February though. So just so you know.
Well, that would be great. I'd be willing to come back anytime. It's been a lot of fun.
Fantastic.
Thanks, Greg. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Mr.
Greg.
Greg. Thanks, Mr. Greg.
Thanks everybody in chat.
Nice
to see everybody.
Nice meeting you, Mr. Greg.
All right, nice to meet you guys.
Bye, Mr. Greg.
All right.
Ooh, see you there.
You have to let yourself out. You have to just click the
I have to
link.
let myself out. Oh,
Yeah.
usually people are showing me out.
Yeah,
I
Vern,
think you can remove them.
you can do it for him, Vern.
Okay. Well,
Oh,
thanks,
all right.
guys.
Hey,
Vern,
take care.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was nice of him.
Oh, Vern, you didn't have to kick
Oh.
him out like that. It was kind of hard.
Vern.
We were all saying goodbye to him. We're trying
I
to
like
say
it.
goodbye.
I didn't do
I
anything. I was
Nice
just looking
guy.
through the chat.
like it when we have people like that on Vern. It's like he's really like special man, isn't he?
It was really cool. It was so neat
Yeah.
to learn all that stuff.
John actually
Well, it's
said
all
that
downhill
he
from
was
here,
like-
guys.
he had he has some animation cells, and so I guess there's some blue pencil in there, and so I'm guessing he's realizing that's probably the originally drawn art, right? That's got that in there.
Yeah.
Anyway, I missed you, boys. I missed you. I've been looking forward to tonight. Sean,
Yeah.
where did you? Sean ran off last week.
Yeah,
Hey.
well, I mean, it was fun to be on the Salacious Rum Spectacular for 5 minutes last week, man. That was nice.
Yeah.
Thanks for including us for a few minutes.
Oh,
So I
you
thought
there?
Ewoks was here.
Sean, where did Sean disappeared? I thought it was
3 hours in, he's like,
you were
"Oh,
fine.
the
You
dude's
guys
still
were
here.
fine.
Dude, do you have any pickups?"
We had to pick
3
up
hours
space.
into the show.
Yeah, I know.
Whoa.
it's a good show.
Dude's still
Sean
here.
was like, I gotta go take my dog for a really long walk.
Yeah.
He never came back.
Oh, he went. He disappeared. He left me.
Walk my
He
dog
left
all
me.
the way to Starbucks.
Sean must hate me. Sean
Dutch Bros
hates.
nowadays.
Sean hates me.
Oh my gosh.
Do a
that's
little
hilarious.
advertisement. Dutch
Do you
Bros.
hate me, Sean? Is that why
No,
you
I
left?
love
Right.
you.
Okay.
Hey, you know what? Let's do. You guys want to?
I even got a new llama.
Yeah, what'd you guys get this
Today.
week?
Yeah, let's do pickups.
No,
Can't wait for this one.
I'll go get mine because I got a cool gift from a customer I sold a Corvette to this weekend.
Oh,
So,
Sean.
wow, Sean. Oh, wow.
So I'll go get
I
it.
sold a
Go get
Corvette
it.
to this dude, so he gave me a gift.
Go get
You
it.
did.
Go get it. Get your stuff,
Mine-
Sean.
Mine's gonna be short. So can I go first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
We
right,
didn't
cool.
see yours last week either. We didn't see your pickups from
Oh
last
well,
week.
you saw all my videos, right?
Oh
Like, I
yeah.
did the
Oh,
videos.
can I just say,
Yeah.
your zombie animation, the Michael Jackson animation is
Oh, you
amazing.
like that one?
Dude, you seen it?
I wasn't sure about the one I posted yesterday because I had the Captain Carter like cut the head off, and I was like, I don't know if this is going to be too violent.
No, it's
No,
brilliant.
it was cool, dude.
Unbelievable.
Really
All right.
Unbelievable.
So I was at Ross, so I picked this guy up for like
Ooh.
$10 at
Ooh.
Ross. So
Nice.
then I don't know if you guys know, I went to Disney. I didn't really spend that much there. I got a baseball cap, and I'm not gonna show it, but I did like this. They're all set up for Halloween. So this
Nice.
is a Boba Fett pin with Dia de los Muertos
That's cool.
artwork on
Did
it.
you go to the park or just the shop?
No, the park.
Did you go to the park? I didn't realize.
Yeah, it was just a Sunday. We're pretty close, so it's like
Oh,
like 85 minutes from my house, right? So,
Okay.
in
Did you go to
Galaxy's
Galaxy's
Edge-
Edge? Did you go in
Yeah.
there?
Yeah, so they have these Spira you can buy. This is actually a gift card. So you go in there and you get it activated. You put like $100 on it, and you can walk around the entire park and use it to buy your stuff. So it's kind of cool because you just get to take home, like it's metal, so to me it's like an extra souvenir.
Yeah, it's like credit. It's like a credit.
Yeah, it's like a credit. And then today, if Dan's still in here, I wanted to thank him. He sent me this little table for my figures.
Oh,
But
look at that!
oh,
Did Dan make
Well,
that?
great, dude.
yeah,
Oh, well done, Dan. That's brilliant.
That's really cool.
Oh, property favor. Oh, that's
yeah.
nice.
So it's actually really neat because it's like perfectly sized for your. Oh, pay no attention that he has no head.
We're not surprised. Not surprised. It would be a bit weird if he had a head, to be honest. Be like, what's going on?
But pretty much that's it. So, but thanks a lot, Dan, if you're still out there for the TV and the table. I think it's pretty awesome. I'm going to probably have that in some photo shots coming up.
I like Dan. Dan and I have been playing Aliens on PlayStation. We're in the fire team. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's good. I'm not very good. Well, it's Bob really. Bob's terrible.
Rum was on his best behavior with the guests, and now he is untethered.
No.
So did Sean go to walk his dog again?
He's not coming. Sean and the
Never
llama.
coming back.
He is. I think your Captain America is the best one you've done yet.
Oh, the
Michael
zombie
Michael
the
Jackson.
thriller?
Yeah. Incredible.
I wish, it was almost one of those things like I wish these were like peg warmers at this point, because then like with like 5 or 6 of them, you could have had them like in unison or something like that. But I think it's interesting that they came out with this wave that they released, but they're still only part of the way through the season. I don't think any of the characters that were released in this wave are going to be, from the back half. So do we have another wave coming?
Wave. Oh gosh, yeah, they're going to have a whole other wave of figures. Yeah.
So that's going to be kind of cool. Who wants to go next?
I'll go Salacious.
Oh, he's on mute. I think he checked out. He went to go walk his dog.
Did you go walk his dog?
Yeah. Did you get any pickups you want to talk about?
I actually had 2 figures come in this week.
Nice.
So I already opened this dude, Q90.
Cool.
He is really cool, and he's got it's an upgraded C3PO body. So
okay,
it's like,
that's really cool.
It's slightly modified and it stands better. So I think it's supposed to be like a different astromech, but you could see how they
Oh yeah, you can totally tell. You think they're going to be doing like an upgraded C3PO maybe?
They could, but yeah, look, he's flexible, and then this foot articulates well and stands well. So he is slightly different, but they could totally take what they learned off this, because he articulates really well too. Even his joint, look how well is.
Cool,
yeah. He's got a really cool bug face too.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So then he comes with the same, I forget the name, but he got the same blaster as Boba Fett. Only downside of this is he doesn't hold it well. It does not fit well.
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine that? Like, hey, let's just give him a weapon that he can't hold. It's almost like giving the U.S. agent a weapon he can't draw.
Yeah, I managed in my review to get him to hold it just fine. That's what blew my mind.
Yeah, so I get him
angle it in and
hold it. Yeah, but it's just awkward the way he holds it.
Yeah, I got him to hold mine in like the clone thing. I did okay.
Maybe the thumb needs to go over the back strap, and then the fingers go through the lower hole, and then the shooting finger goes through the upper hole.
Yeah, because all his fingers, they all place perfectly in the holes. It was kind of odd. I can show you.
So the thumb is on the back.
Yeah, no, that's what I had before. There we go. No, that one is better that time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, same blast.
Cool though. Yeah.
This is really, really cool Mando figure. So happy to have him. And then Billy D came in.
Oh my gosh.
Nice,
cool.
Nice.
He's cool. Mine's still on the peg of the store. He's the only one I didn't pick up, and he's still there. It's been a week.
This is a must-have figure, man. It's a nice upgraded Lando.
Is that like the curse of the Lando though? Like it's
he's
like
2 per case, and
yeah, he's
I don't know why they did that.
On there.
I don't think I've had mine yet. Is it a soft cape or a hard cape?
It is a soft cape.
Is it? Oh,
I almost.
And it looks like the face sculpt's updated.
Review, but I didn't.
I am going to do a Lando. I was going to do it today, but I was kind of tired. But I'm going to compare him to. I have 4 Landos, so we're going to do a Lando face-off.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be good.
Holding back the years.
I like this one though a lot. It's pretty. Here, actually, I have the Empire Strikes Back one right here, and can't fully tell, but you can see that. Sorry, there's a little glare
That's
on
the
that.
new face print one.
Let me do
Yeah,
this.
the new.
So this
Is that is that the? Did they update this blue shirt Lando's
Yeah,
face or
they
no?
did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like-
GameStop has the new K2SO. I have the old
yeah,
one.
it's
but that
definitely
one,
look better.
Is it
and there's
different?
no
Is it
reviews of
different?
him yet? I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
it's
why,
an upgraded face, and then the other nice thing is he has this rubber cape, which kind of looks cool, but he can't do anything. I mean, he's pretty immobile with it. But I like it. I like this version of General Lando, man. He's cool.
Yeah. It's
So
nice
I
how-
actually this is the first time I've gotten more than one figure in like probably 4 or 5 weeks, because it is a desert here where I live for everything.
Dude, did you like?
No shipping notification for my Sentinel? Nothing, man. Unreal.
No
Yeah,
way.
me either.
No way.
Yeah, Shartimus Prime got his today, and he did an unboxing video. And yeah, his knees, as soon as he took it out, just it's horrible.
Oh my god.
It's
Yeah,
just so ridiculous, man. One, I was in the 700s, so dude, you should send out people. You send out HasLab to the people who hopped on it within the first hour. I mean, you should
probably
prioritize
alphabetical or something.
Yeah, dude, it's like a slap in the face. But dude, if you're gonna do something like this, like, and they've been in denial about those knees.
I think they're waiting.
Did you see the video though that you
reaction.
can pop the plastic off on the outside and then it's like
Yeah, but that's
you can
still-
tighten them?
You
It's
shouldn't
gonna
have
work
to
over
do that.
time.
You shouldn't
Yeah.
have to do that. And over time, exactly. That's
Yeah,
just
because
gonna
I'm the kind of guy that would keep turning it, and eventually it's going to stay loose.
I
Yep.
almost think that they need to be sending everybody a toolkit.
Yep.
Not
you know,
even
they
that. They
should.
need to recall them all together, man, and take the hit.
All right, you know what?
Because I didn't buy one.
Did you like your dancing video, dude?
I loved it.
So did Dino the Machino. He actually liked it better than my stop motion videos.
You
So
can't
let's
get him to
put
hold his
Sean up
gun.
there. Apparently, he wants to show his pickup.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got him holding that real well.
Yeah, just fine. That's why I was kind of shocked when I did my review, and I didn't want to name any names in it, but I had no problem at all. I'll show what else I got too. Good old Dan shocked me. I didn't even know what it was, but he sent me a cool dumpster.
That
Oh,
is cool. Yeah.
oh,
Yeah,
bless him.
and it opens up. Super cool.
That's cool.
But on the back, well, he put DD for Dan, and he
Listen.
put property to Sean Solo 8.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
he did the
Cool.
same thing on that TV, the DD down at the bottom for the brand of the TV.
Yeah.
Super cool. Yeah.
You got a TV? I didn't get
Yeah.
a
Oh, you
TV,
were
man.
gone. Yeah, he sent me a
Shoot,
TV.
that's not right.
It's,
All right, I got him double fisting now. Look at that.
Yeah, he can. Yep.
Yeah.
So he's good, and he's got the hinges, the right hinges, so you can have him like looking like he's.
I really do. I'm actually gonna
Mine
do.
just looking down the shelf. He's just standing.
I'm
there
actually
like
gonna do a video, and I'm gonna do like a top 5 bounty hunter video, and see if he makes it.
that. And look at his eyes, man. You can see like
he has
blue.
to make it. There's only 5 really
Cool.
good bounty hunters, right?
Looks like the fly.
No, there's more
The
than
first thing that guy gave me that
Line
select
Zero?
Corvette too. He gave me this
Ooh.
Army of Darkness.
Oh yeah, look at that, Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool.
And it
Right,
comes
right.
with this like cool Army of the
Yeah.
Dead guy
Oh,
with a
nice.
shield. And
Like
that was
that.
pretty cool. You can see the back. So big Evil Dead fan.
Is that for selling the Corvette?
Yeah, and then also
How much does a Corvette cost in America?
this one was 60 grand that he bought. So
60 grand.
So wait a minute. So he bought a Corvette and then gave you those figures?
yeah, because he used to own a shop, and I was pissed off about it. I told him because he had this old Millennium Falcon. It was before I got into collecting, and he closed his shop. So he said, "Well, I'll give you some of the stuff that I had left." And he also gave me this. He said, "This is really, really rare." And he said it was people made him offers, and he never gave it away. But it's a big painting.
Look at the B-wing.
Yeah, he said they only made like so many of them in
Oh,
the
it's
world,
beautiful.
and it's real wood, and it's painted.
That's
and on
beautiful.
the back of it, it
That's
says like Star Wars Fan Club. But you can see it's got
Oh.
Death Star 2, Star Destroyer.
That's a beautiful piece. That's
It is
beautiful.
pretty cool.
really, really cool.
Yeah,
That
and on the
is
back,
cool.
I don't know how they did it in the old days, but it says like number 1 of
Yeah.
I don't know what it says, but something on here.
244A.
But
That's a beautiful piece.
cool.
That B-wing, such a beautiful design. It's a beautiful.
Yeah.
beautiful
So
design.
one day, if I ever get a studio, and today I went into Walmart. I don't know if you guys saw, but I just recently reviewed these kit videos from Fortnite. But I'm a sucker for those. And I went in the store and I seen this here. So now I've got 2 of those, but I bought this. I don't know if you guys have played the game at all.
Yeah.
But I guess you get these secret llamas. And inside this, it was $19, and there's a 3.75-inch kit with the mech bike. So I'm really looking forward to opening that because that'll fit with my vintage collection Star Wars. But yeah, it's a little cat, a bunch of guns, machine guns, and just madness.
You get all this Fortnite stuff, and you aren't playing Fortnite. You got to play.
Never played it.
You got to play with.
Playing it right now.
Play with
Never
me.
played it. We were getting everything.
You got to play with me and Revenge Guy on Fortnite. Me, Parallel Disney, and Revenge Guy. You can have. Yeah, let's do it.
Notice how 2 of us weren't invited, but that's fine.
Yeah, never invited.
You two
No,
never
why don't we
play.
do that?
You two never play
I
on
started
games.
a new channel.
Hey, Sean, why
my
don't
other new channel has got like 600 subs now. So I was like,
Oh.
Sean, why don't we all play together? Me, you,
We
and
should.
the dude. Yeah.
why don't we do that? No MoNKey-LiZaRDs allowed. But anyway, that's all I got, guys.
You want to do your pickups?
I guess we won't show the free special packs that I bought for my friends to ship to America. I guess you don't want to see them then. We'll skip past. We'll skip past these beautiful double sets that I bought, one for each of my special friends. But you don't want to.
Those are beautiful.
So that's Sean's, but I guess you don't want to see that, Sean.
No, I do. I would love something like that. You have no idea.
Oh well, that one was yours. That was the dude's, but he won't send me his address. So
I get mine to an absolute stranger that's been begging me for like 6 months. Yesterday.
That's the dude's. I bought that for the dude for a present. I've got some stickers and some magnets for him as well. So I don't know. I'll just keep it. I suppose. I don't know.
Cap Cave's wanting the dude to help him fix the knees on the Sentinel.
And that's going in. That was going in Vern's massive box.
Vern's sending me his second one anyway, so he said I could buy it to him for cost.
We've had quite a good week. We've had quite a good week. You want to see some?
That is insanity.
I love how like I get 1 or 2 figures a week.
I got nothing. Yeah. I got nothing this week. Just freebies.
12 hours
and a llama.
later.
Red Sun, Spider-Man.
Superman.
He's cool. Superman. Sorry.
Ooh, I like that. Old school animated look.
I was gonna pass on this, but it was £10, I think. I know they don't stand up very well, but it's a variant because there is the other one, isn't it? That's black. I've got the other one as well, but he just looks cool.
That is a cool one.
Blue Harvest is saying that you have his address.
Yeah, I do. He's getting a package actually. I've got something for him.
And Cap is saying
I've got a couple of things for him. One that I've had for ages and just haven't sent him, but so he is getting a package from me.
And Josh over at Cap Cave says that he won't give you his address.
He'll take it.
Deal, Josh. Deal.
Now that guy is pretty cool. Is that who is that?
That's Scarecrow.
Okay,
and that's the second part of the Bane builder figure. So I've got the legs, that's the body, and then I just need to get the head pack.
Oh, you're going so
Scarecrow
deep.
Easy looking. Wow.
How much do you think you spent in the past?
Dandy's saying.
Well, I didn't go on holiday.
Yeah.
So to be fair, I spent the whole summer in a flat without going anywhere. Yeah. And how much money would you spend on yourself over a summer holiday, going on holiday? I mean, I dread to think how much the dude spent. I mean,
$5,
couple of grand, maybe.
Oh, the dude.
Going to California? Yeah, dude, that was cheap. Thankfully, the hotels I use points because I travel so much for work, so I just use Marriott points. But everything else was expensive.
So you've got to remember, like, it's just me in a flat, so I don't have any overheads. I mean, it's I don't have any family or anything. So, right, here we go.
You're living a life.
Well, I'm not going to.
I'm not rub that in. I think he was trying to rub that in. He's like, I live by myself.
No, not at all. Not at all. You know, quite the opposite.
Like I have all this disposable income.
No,
alien in there.
Oh yes,
These
that's from
figures
the.
Cost me $1 million.
$1 million.
So no, quite the opposite. It's quite lonely when you live on your own sometimes. So here is this is McFarlane from the Fight the Future, the first film. So I always was a big X-Files nerd, so I thought this was in good nick. It was on eBay.
The truth is out there.
I've delved into this now.
I had to pick me up a couple of them. I picked up 2 of those.
Yeah, I really want the ones from the first one, to be honest. I want I want the guitar one and
That's the one I snagged.
Yeah, and the Vulcan one as well.
I don't know which one I got.
But they're nice figures, aren't they? I do like them.
Really cool. They're very cool.
I'm a massive Alien fan, as you probably know by now. I have got quite a few NECA Aliens, but I haven't got one in this box design, and this was quite cheap on eBay, so I went on a lot. I'm still collecting Masters of the Universe, but for some reason, on one of our online retailers, they were selling these Super 7 ones cheap. So, yeah, I've bought another one, and it's
oh, look at that.
It's He-Man, but he's got a robot face. Have you seen that? It's like a robot He-Man, and that's coming. No, it's weird.
That's the new one.
It's He-Man, and he's got
exclusive. I think it's from Revelations.
No, this is no, it's a Super 7 one, and it's hard to explain. You'll see it next week because it was supposed to come in this box, and they missed it. But it's weird. It's like a normal He-Man, but his face is robotic, like his skin's been melted off, and he's got like a robot skeleton underneath.
That's cool.
So that's unusual.
That's a beautiful figure right there, man.
Right. This is I got the first issue of Marvel Alien and the variant. Look at that cover.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Dude, I've read the first 3 books in that series. It's pretty good.
Cool. So I'm looking forward to reading that. And then this is, you know what I'm like with these Salacious cards and things like that. So here's a vintage Salacious Tops sticker. Bless him. So that's from 1983, obviously.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I already have this, but this was cheap, so I wanted a second one because it's just my favorite layer outfit. I got a few vintage figures. Oh god! Let's move that out of the way. So I had this one, but I think it was like £5. So I've got a second one, keep one on card. And same with the Range Troopers. You can army build these. They're great figures, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, everything's fallen down. Same with Solo.
Yeah.
These vintage figures, if you get them cheap, I mean, £5, I think I paid. It's like nothing. And I bought a second Jawa. I showed one last week, but I wanted a second one for the Razor Crest. Yeah.
Well, you could have waited to get that, apparently.
I'm hoping they go on clearance, but I don't think that'll happen. I've only got 2 so far.
Now, this is a weird purchase. I'll probably get some frowns on this one. I've got all these Last Jedi figures.
Oh, you got the Wave, I remember, didn't you?
Well, I've got all of them anyway, but this was just a graded one that was on eBay. And basically, it costs you £35 to get a figure graded. So if I ever see a graded figure that's less than the price of getting it graded, then I'll buy it. So I don't know why someone was selling it. Probably because no one wants them. But I think it cost me £25, which is less than the cost to get it graded. So I thought I might as well.
You know, that's kind of an end of an era figure, though, right there, which is kind of cool because 5 POA is gone.
Yeah, it's only an 80%, but I got it for, I think it was 30 quid, which is less than the cost of getting it graded. So I've already got one of these graded, but again, 30 quid, it would cost you more to do it. So
You saved yourself $2.
yeah, and I got another Salacious bagged graded. I can't say no to these. And I like custom bootlegs. This is
actually that guy's actually really cool, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a guy on eBay selling these for 20 quid, which is probably
that almost looks like something because I've seen like 3D printable figures, and you print out the body comes in 2 parts, and then you got the 2 legs, 2 arms, and a head, and you just snap it together. But I haven't been able to print them to where they actually come together. They always seem the prints aren't that good or something. The files aren't that good, but that's pretty decent.
So it's a pretend Polish bootleg, because that's basically what some of the Polish boot. So it's not real, but I just like quirky figures like that. So right, ready for some Marvel, dude?
Oh
yeah.
Dear.
Oh, boom boom.
Okay. Boom boom.
Boom 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 boom.
It's funny because like 2 months ago he was not going down this path.
Nope.
And now he's
picking up boom boom.
No, I mean,
nice Link, great figure.
Link.
Yeah,
she looks cool with her dagger and the effects and that base effect. Really cool.
Yeah, I like the pink effect. That looks amazing. That's going to look amazing out of box.
Well, the other thing you could do fun with that effect is you could have her like projecting it and someone else popping up through it.
Okay.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
I like her face tattoos.
I think I'd pick that up if
like
I've seen it.
Graded figures.
Black Cat.
Nice, another good figure.
Ooh, I don't have that.
She's really cool, man.
That one.
So again, I'm closing in on the Marvel Kingpin Build-A-Figure.
Yeah, you are.
Don't know
nice.
This one.
Silk. Nice. So that's Cindy Moon. Oh, you got the fan vote one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Cindy Moon. She was bitten by the same spider as Peter Parker, except they caught it, and then she was locked up and like kept away from everybody for like 10 years.
Oh, cool story.
So
what's
she's
the difference
beautiful
between that one and the one that you reviewed, dude?
So that one, that is the one I reviewed, the fan vote.
Okay.
So, but I have the original, which is the same outfit, just they just modified it a little bit in different colors. But that one's better than the original version of her. And then so instead of a mask, she pulls that bandana up like that, and it sits over her face.
Yeah, it looks great.
Well, she's a beauty, isn't she? So,
yeah, she's a great figure.
And that red package really makes her pop.
Nice, old school Nick Fury.
Yeah. This is the Giant Man Build-A-Figure wave.
Nice.
I like that one because you could army build with it because it has the 2 other heads in there.
Marvel's Nuke. He's cool looking.
He's crazy looking.
He like reminds me of a WWF wrestler.
Yeah, he does.
And again, he's part of the Giant Man. I've got the whole Giant Man wave, basically. Iron Man Mark 46.
It's a good one.
After about Iron Man Mark 30, I just get confused.
Not my favorite character. I tried to watch Captain Marvel again this week, and I couldn't get through it. I'm sorry, I just couldn't. I think I fell asleep or I turned it off. I can't. I don't know. It just doesn't work for me. I like the premise, but I just I don't know. She doesn't do it for me, Brie. But I'm afraid. Joe Caster, unusual. So I don't know much about her.
She's a like AI that's self-aware, and then there's a whole thread in the Iron Man comics about like AI wanting to have rights as people and stuff. So she's kind of caught in the middle, working for Tony, and then trying to. It's a good metaphorical story.
Cool.
So she's a cool character.
And of course, it's the Joe Fixits, which I know Vern's got, I think. So I'm closing in on that one as well.
Nice, Danny Moonstar.
Danny Moonstar.
Oh,
I thought you'd
yeah.
like that
Another
one.
one of those.
Some
Look at that werewolf head, man. That thing is so cool. I have not opened my Danny Moonstar yet.
Yeah, I haven't either. Been sitting there
I need
forever.
another one because I took the body off that one and I gave it to my magic figure and I did the mod for it, but I don't have. Yeah, I need another one.
Nice, Zemo.
Yeah, he looks good on display.
So I basically I needed to finish up Captain America.
Nice.
Yeah, all worth it.
It's a good wave, but it's skimpy on accessories. And of course the Build-A-Wings I think are lame, but it's a good wave.
Another Captain America. I'm collecting Captain Americas. So this is the Civil War one with the giant man head.
I don't know why he doesn't have an open hand. You know what I mean? Like a gripping hand. They just gave him 2 fists.
Yeah.
I wish.
I noticed. Yeah, they've done the same with that black suited Superman. I noticed today, which is strange.
Oh, great pickup!
Black Panther. That's my first Black
now,
Panther.
How expensive was that one?
I bought the whole wave on eBay. It was less than £100 on a lot, so they're second hand.
Oh wow!
But the boxes are a little bit, marked. But I'm gonna take it.
But for a whole wave for $100, that Black Panther here is like 40-50 in just that figure by itself.
Yeah, £100. Red Guardian.
Nice.
And then I did get a couple of double packs as well. So,
cool.
So this is the Iron Man free one with the Mandarin.
This is interesting to me because you see the Pepper Potts has the hair down, but the one that came in the rescue armor for the end game has the hair in a ponytail. But if you ever watch the movie, when the helmet comes down, her hair's down. So I don't know why they gave you a ponytailed head.
This is a pretty skimpy outfit as well, isn't it? For Gwyneth Paltrow, like I can't believe they signed off on that. I mean, that's basically her in a bra. And then I think the dude will like this one because he likes his 90s X-Men.
Oh yeah, that's a great one.
So I got that cheap as well. I think I paid £20 for that, which I think is not bad.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's actually a really, really good one.
All right, there you go.
And then you got the Shadow King head in there too, which is really cool.
That's cool.
Oh, is that a build? Oh, does that go on him? Does it?
Yeah, so it's like an extra head, the Shadow King. So you can put that on anything. Yeah,
and
that was a big thread in the 90s X-Men cartoon was the Shadow King.
So Blue Harvest wants to know if the Thanos 2-pack is any good. And I'm guessing he's talking about the one with the Iron Man.
Iron Man? Oh, yeah, dude. Totally
I bought it. It's
and I say that one.
I haven't opened it yet, but yeah, dude, totally. This thing is really cool. I have both these figures already, but the accessories and then the fact that they just look like weathered. You know what I mean? It looks more like battle damage and weathered. Yeah. Totally worth getting. Plus, you got a damaged helmet, 2 Tony Stark faces, and then it comes with 3 additional Thanos heads. But I like that he's scarred there from the snap.
It's probably one of the best Marvel Legends combo bundle pack ever created. It comes with so many accessories.
Now, Sean, I'm going to do exactly what you said with that Black Widow. Is I'm going to take that arm for the Build-A-Figure and I'm going to see if it fits on this guy because
that's what I'm hoping. Yeah, he should have came with that other arm. Yeah,
or even this should have popped off, and they should have just given you the lower hand or whatever. But yeah, he should have came with like a second arm, so he wouldn't have had to be in the glove. Because I tried to take a couple of action pictures, and I had to reverse the one with the Captain America, so you didn't see the glove. I think it was that one.
I got to say, just in general, the Infinity Saga wave has been awesome.
Yeah, for the most
part. All
the
figures have been, everything I've gotten has been really good.
Did you see, was it Darva or Dave? I don't know how to say his name. putting those Infinity 4s through the checkout for like £10 or something. It's
Amazing, right?
crazy.
Dude, yeah.
We're making a trade for Happy, that Happy Pack he picked up for like $20. I have an extra Kenobi in the Clone Wars, same price. So he's trading me.
Oh,
So cool. I haven't opened it yet, but
and I didn't even want the Mark whatever 3 or whatever 7, 5, 10, whatever that one is.
Mark
I just wanted. Yeah, I just wanted another Happy.
I just like collecting different Iron Man figures. So,
well, yeah, but I mean, you can only have so many gold Iron Men.
But this is my first one, Vern. Is that okay with you? Can I have one?
Fine.
Yeah, a lot of it was a pass for me.
Do you need a Mark 7?
I don't have a Mark 7 now.
Let me see. I might have an extra one.
I have a Mark. I got 2 Mark 3s.
I'll just send it in the general vicinity of where I
you won't be able to send it in, Vern. So just stick it in my package.
Somewhere.
Stick it in my package.
So this happened this weekend. Hold on, or yesterday. I'm gonna put this up. Let's see if I can do it. Let me hold on. I got to get rid of this. I got a bunch of windows open on my computer.
Sorry, take your time. No one's watching.
Yeah. Okay. No. Dead.
Have you got a wind up steam engine there that you gotta start winding up?
No, I wanted to talk about this.
Crank your steam engine up.
San Diego Comic-Con special edition in November. Tickets are going to go on sale on September 25th.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
November.
Is that after Thanksgiving?
It's the weekend after Thanksgiving. But here's what I found was interesting is here's the it's 3 days and there's only one badge. It's for all 3 days, I'm guessing, or it's for none of the days. Because regularly when you go to Comic-Con, you can get a ticket for just a Saturday, or you can get a ticket for just a Friday. But it looks like for this one, it's like you just got to buy the 3-day pass. And I don't think they're going to be selling like a whole lot of them, but it's kind of interesting for around here that they're actually going to be having like an indoor event that's going to, have quite a few people in there.
I don't think they're not. You're not letting anyone in the country yet, are you?
I don't think so. No.
Especially us MoNKey-LiZards with bands, you're not letting us in.
I think you can fly, right?
Can we fly in?
Can fly in?
Can we?
So
probably going to test us.
If you guys were in the area, well, Sean's kind of close. Would you even consider going?
Yeah. I would go, but I just can't afford it right now. I got a Voltron coming. I've got so much money, and after Disneyland,
But like that weekend, you know what I mean? This is like the crazy weekend for me to like think like. I mean, how are stores going to set up? Because aren't they like comic vendors and stuff like that normally set up booths and stuff in there? They have businesses. So how do they one say, hey, I'm going to go set up at this convention on the busiest shopping weekend of the year?
Yeah, that is kind of crazy.
So it is Thanksgiving weekend, or it's the weekend after?
It's Thanksgiving, and then it's the Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Why would they do that?
It's just bizarre.
When do they normally do it?
In July.
No.
But this is like a mini.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's really weird. Like I don't know if they're thinking we're going to catch people who are in town that are just going to be here anyways.
Or then maybe people will go travel on Thanksgiving, travel or do something because you have 4 days off. I don't know.
Yeah, the busiest, and isn't that like one of the busiest holiday travel weekends?
Yeah, travel and shopping.
I've seen planes, trains, and automobiles. So I mean, are like guys gonna like rent U-Hauls and head out here?
I don't know. Thanksgiving is Thanksgiving is sacred time for me because the girls go down to Ohio and Mrs. Dude and the girls go down and they hang out with their family, and I get 3 days. They come back. They leave Thursday. They come back Saturday. So I have 3 days of just the cave of solitude, man. That is cherished, precious time.
Yeah, I would love to get something like that.
It's like that all the time around here.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so let me go back
No
to my
cl-
banners here. Let's see.
No clothes. No clothes. Takeaway.
I just have these shorts on at all times.
Yeah.
Hey, so what are you guys looking forward to out of all the pre-orders that you may have or not have? What are you waiting? Is your most anticipated like thing that you got out there?
But dude, I have so many pre-orders that you guys all have. I still don't even have those. So it's like, for me, I feel like I'm 2 months behind everybody.
I think I'm behind you. So if you're, I'm 2 months behind you. So I think I'm.
God, honestly, there's so many I'm looking forward to. Like
The
there's
Razor Crest.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking forward to the Sentinel showing up. I'm really looking forward to that.
Voltron is supposed to show up for me this month. I'm supposed to get Voltron, so I'm excited about that.
I mean, I like the What If wave. Like, I can't wait for that, but mine says February. So, like, who knows?
Well, with that What If wave, that's exactly why I went to that CMD stores, right? Just because I was like, oh, they have it now.
So how much more did you end up paying for that than if you just would have ordered it?
So it broke down to $31 a figure.
Okay, so you spent an extra $9 ballpark a figure,
which ain't bad. Because if I figure if somebody posted it on Twitter saying, "Hey, I found these Captain America zombies. Who wants them?" and that's what you would pay to get it if they're that hard. So
really, if you were doing the CHC or the collectors helping collectors, you're going to pay for that and tax and then something to ship it, right? So it's going to be about the same
earlier than everybody else. So
and I don't know, are these going to be like $23 or $24 when they hit stores?
I think they might be. I think they were $22.99.
Yeah, okay, so Walmart, if you're lucky, is 19 because that's what I'm gambling on. I just canceled all mine. I was like, I'll hope I can get them for 19 a piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to all my gosh, like the What If wave. What's the other the Spider-Man wave? I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, some of those look really cool.
Like all the different Chinese, that looks really cool. And then they just released the next wave of the retro.
Another epic.
Those were awesome. I ordered one of each, and then I ordered doubles of all the Spider-Man figs because I love.
Wow.
I have them all like that because I like to put stuff in card, but then I want to show pictures of him in scrubs.
No Christmas for your girls then.
No, but that's I was so excited about those Spidey figures in the cards. Like
so good.
That was an awesome wave, yeah. And then with Star Wars, it's amazing how much more Marvel there's been, right? To pre-order, but what's coming up soon? Koska Reeves, and
well, not for Sean, he's already got them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So again, man, like all those Galen Urso and Anton.
I can't even find a Wrecker.
Oh, dude, I don't have Wrecker. I don't even.
I don't have Wrecker yet either.
I only have 2 figures from the back.
Yeah,
I just have Hunter and Sniper Face Crosshair.
Yeah, that wave is a must buy, but everything else from Star Wars is crap that's coming out.
Those are the only ones that I've gotten.
Yeah,
it's incredible. No Wrecker, no pack.
I missed out on the bloody Stormtrooper pack. Oh, it's so annoying. That Stormtrooper pack, army pack, went online here, and within half hour it sold out, and then they put it back on 5 hours later, and it was sold out again within half hour. Fucking nightmare. That's a builder pack. How are you supposed to? They want you to army build, but then
you
can't even get one pack.
What
the hell?
Crazy. So I did, like recently, like Target had those exclusive carbonized figures, and then they pushed the release date back to who knows when. I ended up going on and canceling all of those just because I was like,
all of them,
yeah, because I'm like, I bet you like I'll find them in store a month before they're ever going to ship out.
Yeah, and if I see them on pegs, I might pick them up. Yeah.
So
I'm looking forward to probably 3 dozen figures, like legitimately, that I'm pre-ordered months ago that I'm still waiting.
is
More-
anybody looking
more
at
so
the
as well.
Eternals?
I didn't buy those.
Which one?
Dude? The Eternals.
I did
Oh,
not
no.
get any of them. That one, the one that's a deluxe figure, looks super cool.
Looks
That-
super cool,
Crow,
right?
the Crow.
But I don't
They're
know
all
anything
gonna- they
about
all
that.
look good.
And I've tried reading the Eternals comics, and I couldn't get into them. So
Dude, like the
yeah,
Watchmen.
I didn't. Now I will say though, those figures all look very well done. I mean, they look like they did a great job on them. But I'm not going to drop $160 for something I don't have any attachment.
I agree with that.
But who knows? Maybe we'll regret it. We'll see the movie and we're like, oh,
we gotta have these now.
I'll tell you
And
the one I
it'll be like,
want is Dane Whitman. Like if they do a Black Knight one, because I really would like a Black Knight, the Legends one that they have now, but it's so expensive.
I actually have that guy, and I remember when I bought him. I remember when I got him at Target, I was like, "Hey, this guy looks really cool." And the only reason I got it is because I have that Avengers cover where the Black Knight's coming out on the horse, and I was like, "Oh, I'm going to get this guy just for that." And then I've had him on my shelf for a while, and I did not realize that guy just blew up. You know, the Black Knight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I only got him because of one cover, right? From back in the day, I was like, "Oh, I can have this guy for the cover." Oh, no.
I think it's just a cool story because the more depressed he gets, the more powerful he gets. Like it's like the more like dark his aura is and surly, he actually draws more power from it. So it's like he's this happy-go-lucky guy that like you know what I mean? It's like constantly has to drag himself into like depression and rage in order to manifest his full power. It's an interesting story.
So did you guys watch What If this week?
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
I thought it was great, man. My buddy at work didn't like it, but I thought it was epic.
That was what about you, dude? Did you like it?
Yeah, dude. Each episode, I'm constantly just so impressed with each episode. But I gotta tell you, like a couple of them been dark. Like the Strange episode was dark.
Man.
This one was dark. What was the one last week? I thought last week.
That's the zombies with last.
The zombie, yeah. I mean, that was clearly dark. It was the zombie one, but like I don't mind it. Like I think it's actually really interesting storytelling.
I think they're doing it because they know what DC's about to do with Batman. Because I think Batman is going to blow people's mind. I think it's going to be like Joker disturbing kind of level.
Salacious, are you watching these or no?
Do you know? I've only seen the first one. I don't mind you talking. I don't mind you talking about it because I always read all the spoilers anyway. But no, I just for no reason. I don't know why. I just haven't stayed up to date with them. I will binge them and watch them all in a row. I think.
Totally like this one.
Totally worth watching.
Yeah.
So,
I'll
tell you actually, if you want to know what I'm really looking forward to is the Steve Rogers Iron Man. What do they call it? I'm totally blanking on it now. The deluxe figure. That's his Iron Man.
Oh yeah, the Hydra Stomper.
The Hydra Stomper, and I'm going to have her on the back with the shield.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to look really cool.
But I got to tell you, I'm kind of bummed that the Hydra Stomper doesn't open and have like a little Steve Rogers in it. Because for the $70 they're charging you for that, they should have done that.
Even that Hot Toys is apparently going to be open up, and you're going to be able to put that figure in there, right? Or at least the upper half. So the very least they could have done with that Hydra Stomper, if they didn't want to go all out and do like a full stick figure in there.
Yeah.
Just like had it open and had just the upper torso of Rogers.
Yeah.
Well, on their live stream they addressed that. They
even
said
just
that
the second
they
head
only had the concept and they had no idea what it was about. They just saw
really?
They know who was
that
in
makes sense then.
And that's why it didn't open. That's what that Dan guy said.
Well, do you know what they're going to do in a year? They'll have the Hydra Stomper with Steve Rogers.
Yeah. Because they'll be able to go back and do it right.
But I got to. I'm excited to have that with Peggy writing it because I loved Captain Carter. I thought she was awesome. That was
awesome. Yeah, that was probably
huge
one of my favorite ones.
I love her in that role.
Did you guys read Josh's article this week? He was on the Biff Bam Pop again. Yeah. He did a review of Wrecker.
Yeah, I did a review. Nobody watched it, man. Only got like
I watched
reviews.
He wrote a review for Biff Bam Pop, and he tweeted out a link earlier in the week. You guys should read it.
He's done a few articles on there. I've read them all. Yeah, really good.
Yeah, says he's working on a video for that.
His
Black Eye trailer.
Quicksilver video was really good. That blew my mind, man. I was like, damn, because I didn't want that figure, but he made it look like
Right.
I needed to get out and
I have
pre-order.
no desire for that figure, but he kind of made me want it.
It looked
Yeah, it kind of
cool,
made you like,
man.
go, oh man, I got to go find that one. Dude, did you see Shang-Chi yet? Shang-Chi?
Oh,
How
I
do, wait, how do you
loved it.
pronounce
To
it?
me,
Sorry,
it's one of my top
Shang-Chi.
10 favorite
Shang-Chi?
movies now.
Yeah.
Up there
I
with
can't
Into
wait
the
to see it.
Spider-Verse and Star Wars too, man. I thought it was just epic. The end of it, though, to me was like, oh no, here we go. But that's MCU, come to expect it. But the rest of the movie was a masterpiece for me.
Did it give you like a little bit of throwback to some like Jackie Chan a little
Yep,
bit?
100%,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
It was because I've seen all of his movies, so to me, it was just magic, man. And then the story reminded me of Bruce Lee in a way, with Jackie Chan fight scenes, and then they had just the dirtiness of it, and it was kind of like anime feel, and the building scene where they're fighting outside. It was just a masterpiece. I loved the whole movie. It was so dope. Highly recommended.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. That on the side of the building was probably one of my favorite parts.
So good, yeah.
Yeah.
It's all ripped off, though. The entire movie's probably a rip off, but they mastered it,
He did, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I can't wait to see it. I'm looking forward to it.
It's great.
Blue Harvest.
And speaking of that, I went to see it in the theater on opening weekend with the big screen, and they played the Eternals trailer beforehand, and I seen the Eternals trailer on my phone and on Twitter, and it looked like average. You didn't care. But when they played it on that big screen, it just blew my mind, and it got me excited to see the movie.
I'm gonna go see it, but I'm just not. I'm gonna go see it.
Monster grabs Angelina Jolie and pulls them up close, and when you see it on that big screen, you're like, "Whoa, I gotta see this!" So I'm gonna go see it now after seeing it on the big screen. It really makes
trailer worked.
Yeah.
What do you think about this Hawkeye trailer?
Oh, that looks dynamite! Right in time for Christmas, huh?
Looked like Die Hard.
I liked it. I'm
because
hyped.
the music, the soundtrack was like, and then I started feeling like, do I like this so much because of the music, and the tempo it gave it?
What trailer are you talking about?
The new
Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
TV
Hawkeye.
series.
Oh, yeah.
Like I almost felt like if I could subtract the music from it, would I have the same? Would I have had the same oh man, this is going to be really good afterwards? And it's a good thing. I can't separate those things, right? And it was built to be a unit. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for that.
It looked good, man.
Yeah,
It looks like it'll be fun. I'm excited for it. I love when they mix in Christmas stuff. I really enjoy that at the holidays.
Yeah.
They did that last year on Disney Plus. Why did they show that was kind of Christmassy? And I don't remember.
Well, so far in the MCU, it's only been Iron Man 3, right? That had any type of
holiday
Christmas
theme.
Yeah, Christmas holiday theme. Have they done any other?
Right on that.
Oh no, it was Miles Morales for PS5. That was epic because it came out right around Christmas, and it was very Christmassy in the game. I thought that was dope. Sony did a killer job, or Naughty. Who did that? Insomniac, I think, is the ones that did Spider-Man.
I can't touch you, Master. Oh, this is Dino saying that he doesn't do toy reviews because he can't.
It's all in the edit, man, for me.
But he's got a duck, so
yes, he does have a duck.
When you've got a buff duck, you don't really need anything else, to be honest.
What's up, Ricardo? How are you, buddy?
Ricardo? Thanks for joining us.
I can't stop watching the dude as Geek Strong, as being Geek Strong. Be honest, dude. How many times have you watched it?
About 3/4 of one time.
I've seen it about 4 times.
I had to mute the account that it was sent from for the content.
Do you know? On TikTok, no one is watching it. It's got 1 view, and I lost a load of followers.
Probably shadow banned. Yeah.
On Instagram, you've blown up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's famous. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
If only that was just you could have the shorts in that video.
Yeah.
I was looking for something I can use for a phone because I was gonna have. I don't have my Hulk head because I did the Watcher head swap earlier for Dan, but I was gonna have him looking at the phone, seeing the video, and then looking at the screen, and then looking at that little salacious, and then you might see the bottom of this foot like something like that. But I don't think that's gonna be good enough. So I'm gonna have to be more creative. I didn't lose the Hulk head, by the way.
You got on the Watcher?
Vern, what do you think about Vern Warrior Princess? You've been a bit quiet about that.
Yeah.
Vern Warrior Princess.
I thought that was the best out of the lot.
Yeah, I like that one best.
That's the only one that had some respect.
I was trying to think of a name. I was trying to think of a new name for Pamela Anderson. Pamela Solo, Sean Anderson. I think you look smoking, Sean. I think you look smoking.
Do you want to know who one of those 10 subscribers you lost was?
I couldn't believe it. I've been gaining subscribers solidly, and then I lost 10 in one day.
I just imagine little kids watching you. Oh, this cute monkey lizard, and they're seeing all these toys you're posting, and then one day, mom's over their shoulder, and
dude's big schlongs.
Yeah, come on. That's who you lost, man.
Probably.
I don't care.
It was somebody going.
Worth it.
Yeah.
You probably scarred somebody.
I think they're the best 3 videos I've done all year. Vern Warrior Princess. The dude is geek strong.
The bangs are okay, I guess.
And Sean Anderson. Looking smoking on the beach. You're all very quiet about it. I don't think you really appreciated it, did you?
You guys watching any new shows or movies or anything?
I started
in the
watching
chat?
that Masters of the Universe, the new one for the kids. I watched.
How is it?
I watched into the second episode and fell asleep, and I have no desire to watch it again. But it was kind of cool. Maybe I'll restart it and see what happens. But I think Revelations was a lot better because that drew me in like right away.
I thought that was, yeah. I haven't seen the new one, but I thought Revelations was pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's different.
Mm-hmm. I liked it. I don't think we've watched. I've been watching What We Do in the Shadows. The new season's back for that. So, I think that's all the new stuff I've been watching.
You guys watch any of those shows on Apple TV Plus?
Snoopy. That's it, I think.
I think the morning show is supposed to be coming back or something like that.
Oh, we did. We're not. I think we got the final 2 episodes left, but we watched what's his name, the soccer show.
Oh yeah. What is that called?
Ted Lasso,
season 2, right?
Ted Lasso, yeah.
Yeah, season 2.
Yep.
I haven't started it yet because I wanted to wait till the whole season was up there. Has it been just as good as the first season? No. Yeah, it's a shame when that happens.
It's worth watching, but they changed the format like halfway through the second season, and it's all about like all the other characters, and it's all like relationship soap opera driven. It's like a weird juxtaposition, and then they did a couple episodes like that, and then they did one where it was about Ted again, and it was like the normal format, and it was good, and then they went right back to the weird like relationship stuff. I don't know.
Are they just following the kind of retired guy and his girlfriend?
Yeah, and then they're following the owner and her search for love, and then they were following like there's you know what I mean, like it's like really weird. Like it just turned into like soap opera-ish all of a sudden. But like my wife's like, oh, I really like this.
Yeah, that's fine. We watched that Cry Macho on HBO Max yesterday. That's the Clint Eastwood.
Oh, is that new movie?
Yeah. It's the new one where like the premise is he's like some old retired cowboy, and his old boss goes and says, "Hey, can you go get my son who's down in Mexico or whatever?" So it's about them traveling kind of through Mexico. It's cool. To me, it's kind of a mix of Gran Torino and Dutch. If you ever remember that movie Dutch.
Yeah, with Al Bundy.
Yeah, it kind of has some of that vibe to it. Not really like Dutch at all because it's not that much of a comedy, but it was okay. I mean, like it was Clint Eastwood's always seems like he's really enjoyable, especially when this film was kind of made for him and his current age and stuff like that. So I think it was like good in that respect. But it's not like if you're expecting something exciting, it's not going to be happening.
No.
It's like they threw in just enough little scenes to like go, oh, okay, I'm not asleep.
Yeah.
It's funny, but it was pretty good. I mean,
so it's not like Rambo.
No, it
like
wasn't
Rambo.
No, and it wasn't a guy coming out of retirement or anything like that. So.
Well, I've done exactly the opposite of Sean's advice again the last couple of days. I dropped 11 shorts today, 9 yesterday, 8 the day before.
Wow.
And I'm going to do 15 tomorrow.
Oh, my goodness.
I got 10,000 views. I got 10,000 views just today.
Oh,
Good.
hold on.
Holy cow.
Let's take a look at that YouTube really quick and see how that works.
Dude, I haven't done a video in, I think, 4 weeks.
I try to do a few.
The salacious between the two of us, we're averaging, we're doing great.
I know you're telling me like, aren't I prepared for this?
Nah, I'm past all that now. We just is what it is, isn't it? We just
all right. So everybody, this is the Dude's Nerdery channel. He's got you haven't actually posted a video in a while, but still, right? You're doing pretty good. You got 111,000 views on there.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's a lot.
Look at that. Ironmonger, there you go. Look at that.
Thanks for voting on my polls, Vern. Vern, thanks for voting on all my polls. I appreciate that.
I
you
actually
might not
didn't
be
see
signed
that
in
one.
on there. That's all.
Well, just wait till I get to.
I comment on everyone's videos apart from Sean's because he doesn't want me going on his anymore, so I've stopped. I comment on every one of Dude's and every one of Sean's videos, and every one of Vern's videos. I did do every single one of Sean's, but he got upset.
Pretty good.
Yeah, my views went down because I locked a bunch. I was in the millions.
Look at that Spider-Man right there.
Oh yeah, he's sexy. Oh, I forgot to show off him. Yeah, I picked him up this week too. Thanks for showing that, Vern.
Yep.
But yeah, I found him on the pegs. He's hitting stores now, guys.
Look at Salacious Rum. He's all over this stuff.
Oh yeah, look at me.
Huh.
And he's got 452,000 views. Look at that.
452,000.
Look at all these different places you can go if you want to find out information on a crazy monkey.
I know. I can't get my OnlyFans on there because I've run out of room. No one goes on my community tabs though. No one goes on there.
You post too many. We have all these scheduled shows. I'm seeing shows for like a month and a half out.
No, I've calmed it down.
So I've actually been on my shorts, like a couple of short videos that picked up. One, it's really weird, the ones that like go. You know how we were talking about before. There's the retention or whatever percentage. Mm-hmm. I have one that's been like just constantly doing pretty well every hour, and it's only in the 30%. That's
weird.
It's but you know what it is? That's that Hulk Smash Spider-Man, the new one that I did.
Oh, okay.
And so I think what they're doing is they're sticking around until the Ironmonger and the Hulk fight, and then they're out. But that Baby Shark one I did.
I like that one. I like the Baby Shark one. That's one of my favorites.
That one's actually doing pretty good. It's 131,000 right now.
Wow, 131. My most watched video is 20,000 views, so I've got some way to go. That's not even your most watched, is it? You got one more than that. You got one in the millions.
Yeah, I think one of my Hulk Smash Spider-Man is either at or approaching 6 million.
Wow.
Ooh. Wow.
What's your most watched video, Sean? How many?
I locked it at 3 million views, but on my new channel, my most watch is 230,000.
Yeah, that's pretty
wow, on your
awesome.
new channel,
Yeah.
channel,
He's got
230.
Sean Solo Shorts, right?
Yeah, and then I got a new one that nonstop is getting viewed, and it's at 74,000 right now.
What's the
What
new
is
one?
it?
What's the new one?
Just some
Yeah.
Iron Man one. I made it exclusive for YouTube, so I'm hoping, I'm trying
the
to
name of
shoot
it?
for.
I might.
I don't know. Oh, I like the new one, the Fortnite Kitten Shadow Kit. I'm in love with that. Go ahead and check that one out. And that's got 105% view retention.
Fortnite.
Kit
you
and
mean
Shadow Kit
your
Legends.
video?
Oh no, I made a little short on there. It's only 13 seconds.
Oh, on this
Sean,
one.
do you reckon
Yeah.
posting your shorts on Instagram harms YouTube? Because I post all mine on Instagram
I
as
stopped.
well.
putting them on
Do you
there.
have
It didn't
music
get many
on here?
views.
Hold on.
Yeah, it goes meow meow meow. I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna-
just do it, man.
I'm gonna just get rid of the music. Hold on.
But
I'm not
those are
gonna play
the.
the. I
That's
won't play
this
the
thing that I bought.
audio.
I love those things so much. I had to buy this.
Ah, that should be your theme for your channel as the llama. It should be.
Yeah.
You need
Is
the
this it?
llama logo.
Oh yeah, those two battle cats. But that's a teaser for my latest video. So that nobody's watched either.
Well, I've
watched
stopped
that
watching
video.
Sean's videos because he told me off. He said
Yeah, but
don't
that's
watch.
it. Real short.
Sean told me
But,
off for watching his
That's
videos.
getting repeat watched a lot. So.
Sean said don't watch my videos anymore, because you leave comments, but then you.
Well, you have to watch a video, because if you just hop on there and click off, that actually.
But that's
the
how.
video.
But that's
YouTube
how.
won't send it to like another customer. They're like, "Oh, that guy didn't like this video."
But I
so we won't
binge
send
watch
it to anybody else.
That's how I consume. I binge people's channels.
Mm-hmm. It's just a stupid algorithm, man. There ain't nothing.
That's how I do it. That's how I do it. I like binging people. I go on someone's channel and I watch everything they've done for the last. That's how I do it.
Yeah. Do you guys believe him?
He's got a little package. Dude's package is bigger than Dino's package. And a dude, you had a real long schlong.
Yeah, the dude, he worked it, man.
The dude's hung.
I was just ugly. I lost my self-esteem for a day after that video.
I think I was smoking.
In chat posting pictures. Look at Sean, look so ugly. Yeah, look at these ugly dude. Oh man.
No, they weren't.
I was like, yeah, that's it. I'm never going on camera again. I knew all along this would happen. This day would come.
I think you've got a really nice boobie, Sean.
Thank you. I should have brown
has
hair,
a couple
though.
that's 1,000. Josh is saying it's 641.
Well, I thought my Captain America one was good at 20,000, but Sean's just smashed it with a brand new channel. Sean's just smashed it with a brand new channel, 200,000.
Sure did, right? Dino's 1.6 on Spider-Man. Yeah, Shorts is the way to go. It's the wave of the future. Nobody has attention span for anything more than 37 seconds.
Yeah, and somebody told me at work the other day that nobody watches action figure reviews. It's all old men nowadays, and soon they're going to be dying. And I was thinking, man, maybe he nailed it. That's why we don't see figures in the store. We don't see Hasbro won't put action figures on the shelves. Why? Because it's all old men buying them in their basements. Maybe I don't know. But
it's us.
Basements, the third floor of their house, second floor.
But are kids buying these figures? I think so.
No,
they're not, huh?
No, it's just us, middle-aged men.
You know what it is?
My girls did till they got to be teenagers, and then once they got to be teenagers, they weren't
but you kind of like influenced that, didn't you, dude?
I did not influence that.
Yes, you bloody did. You so did. Most teenage girls do not buy action figures. You played bloody well. You bloody well knew what you were doing there.
Watching like Marvel movies and watching Star Wars, and they're walking through Target, they see a figure, and I think there's a new era that are like buying like ones or twos just to sit on their work shelf or to sit in their car, hang from the rearview mirror, just because it's not uncool to have that one or two figures, hanging around in their car and stuff. So I think that there are people that are going to continue to do it. Are they going to do it like this or like that or like that? Who knows, right?
No, because we've got diseases.
Yeah, addiction.
We've got diseases. We've got problems.
We're called
Really?
hoarders.
Let's be
We
honest
make
about
TV
it.
shows about us.
Well,
Yeah,
some
let's
of
be
us
honest
only
about
have
it.
like maybe 1 or 2 figures a week, and some of us
No,
have
Yeah.
hold on a
15,
minute.
to 25.
There have been episodes where you've had like you've got a
Packages
drawer
and
full of
packages and
figures that you haven't
packages.
unboxed yet.
When he was in lockdown, he had
Yeah.
outside his door like 8
Thank
packages
you.
in one
Thank
day.
you very much. He's got his special drawer that he's got all
Just as
figures
bad
in.
as you, Rum. Don't worry.
Show us
Well, here's
your
the-
special drawer, dude. Show us your special
All right.
drawer. Come on, show us your drawer.
So
There we-
everything over there is all figures that haven't been unboxed.
There you go.
That
There you
whole
go.
area.
There you
I
go.
know. I have it too.
He's diseased too. Look.
And then underneath the table, there's drawers that pull out with unboxed figures as
There
well.
you go. Look at Vern. You see,
And then
he's not
on the
just me.
floor, over here, I've got unboxed figures.
Yeah, exactly.
I got
See?
figures in box. Yeah.
See,
Yeah. The wife probably
See?
doesn't even go down there anymore, huh? Or does she?
Oh, Dan, were you in the chat earlier when I thanked you for sending me this TV and this table? I see you there now, so thank you very much.
What a good
that's
guy.
very
huh?
nice. What a nice
Look,
thing
look
that
what
is.
they're watching. Look,
Oh,
That's nice.
cool.
yep, my YouTube channel.
That's nice. It must be really special to get one of those.
Got to be special.
Really
Let's see.
special.
Don't
Okay.
try and
Oh,
send
yeah.
anything to the
Don't
dude
worry.
because he won't let you. You try and be nice to the dude and send him something. He won't let you.
Well, he's getting
Seriously, how am I going to
It's
send
a
this to you?
hobby.
Dude, how am I going to send this to you?
I'm in the midst of getting a PO box. I've just been in, like, I'm running on fumes.
It's not like I'm.
I
It's
could've
not
got
like.
one.
It's not like I'm going to come round and do a drive by or anything. I can't. They won't even let me in the country.
Yeah.
I've got venereal diseases.
I like that it's plural.
And on that note, do you guys have anything else you want to add?
Bought Sean
Wait,
a present.
I have this.
I'm
I have
nice.
this
I'm nice.
old
Nice.
banner. Oh,
Super chat. Pick your head and body.
Pick your head and body. Oh.
If you
Somebody
chat,
super.
if
Oh,
you
no,
pick
I'm
your
going to
head
super chat.
and
I'm going to
body,
super chat. Hold
that's
on. I'm going to
And
super chat you.
and I forgot to put it up there. Darn it! But it was snacks with the boys.
Ooh. I love snacks. I love snacks. So is that it? Do we all love snacks? Is that the segment?
Yeah.
Yes, nice. Do you remember when we were doing that? Like, it was somebody was talking about blood sausage or something like that, and we were talking about. So I made that banner for the following week or something like that. And then I had one in here. I think I deleted it. Was the what do you use for your skin treatment, right? Because remember we were talking about that one time. It was ridiculous, but it was so funny. Oh my gosh.
I use my wife's
right.
oil of Olay.
Yeah.
It's right there in the shower. Just
Oh, it's what we having a chat of. What do you wash your balls in? Like what do you do?
Oh
That
my
chat.
gosh.
What
Look
do
at
you? I've got the cheapest one.
Yeah, I know.
That's the cheapest. That's the cheap. Oh, no, put it back up.
you got to
That's
put
a
it back
super
up.
sticker.
You got to acknowledge that.
Super sticker.
I
Come
just
on.
did. I just said.
No, I want the money's worth
but you
it.
gotta, he's got to pick out a head and a body
Well,
now.
yeah,
Yes,
I want some
please
bloody.
pick out
I want some
a head
money.
and a body.
I've got my money's worth here, for God's
All right,
sake.
what do you want, Sully? Just pick something good.
Please pick
All right, I want a really sexy body. I want nice boobies. What would you reckon, dude? one?
Rogue is pretty.
I don't.
good.
Yeah, but I don't have that open.
Well, open it.
Oh,
He paid you a super chat.
I want a really nice.
something that's
I want a
open
really
here.
nice body. Really nice body, please.
Black Cat is good.
don't have that one
Mockingbird,
either.
Electra, Silver Sable. I'm just looking at the green She-Hulk is pretty
She-Hulk. She-Hulk's good.
Well,
good.
I
You
have
got
this
the
one.
green She-Hulk, don't you?
I
She-Hulk.
do have this one.
All right.
Yes, that's the one I have. That's a great one.
She got nice
Okay.
boobies.
All right, what
Wow.
head do you want in that?
All right.
Sully?
What head? What head? What head? Do you reckon? Sean, what do you reckon?
Admiral Akbar, if you got him.
Let's see. Do I even have that guy? No, I don't.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's great.
I don't have Admiral Akbar.
Ooh, that's good.
Oh, I like Peggy there.
Yeah, that's about how she looks on the show.
I'm a big Peggy fan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See, that's how she really looked on the show.
They did, man. They filled her out like that. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, I'm slightly aroused.
Well, yeah, we know. We know. We just assume. The whole show. We just assume that.
Yes, the whole way. I mean, you're sitting there.
The entire show.
I do my music, and I'm not wearing anything. So, Greg, when you're drawing with your pencil,
I like that he was just like, no, that sounds awful.
You're so lucky. He said, "Hey, I'll come back."
Yeah.
I thought I asked good questions. I thought I was engaging and charming.
Whose bags are packed?
No, they won't let me in. Dude won't even let me in. He won't let me. I don't even know what city the dude's in. I haven't got a clue. I won't have a clue.
All right, guys.
So that was a good. Double. That was a good investment. You know, nice present for dude. I can't even send him.
I'll get you an address.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, thanks.
You guys have anything else before I walk us out?
I don't think so.
Not today.
All right, guys. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, everyone.
Don't forget that we're also available as a podcast.
I'm a bit behind on that.
You can rewatch on YouTube, and you can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, Breaker, and I guess wherever you can find podcasts.
Don't forget that you played the wrong music on the intro, so
don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Look at the legs.
Hit that notification bell.
Look at the shorts.
Hold on. I did not play the wrong music.
You did.
The intro. The music
wrong video.
Was correct. The video was unfortunately the wrong video, and then it just had bubbles in there. See, this is the thing. Look at that.
Look at the dude's got his jock legs out, his jock pants on.
Got my ducktail shirt on, my fancy shorts.
He's got his high vis. He's got his high vis hoodie on.
That's right.
Yes. All right, you guys are ready to go.
I love this hoodie.
All right, I'm going to play the same wrong music on the way.
You should. It's only right. Thanks for hanging out, everyone.
See you around, guys.
Sean will be.
We're back. The Dude's Nerdery. Acre Studios. Hey there. Sean Solo 8.
One job to do.
Salacious.
One job.
Together. We're unstoppable.
Super cool the first time.
We are, of course, bringing in MoNKey-LiZaRD. Bringing out toys to play. That's right, 3 men and a MoNKey-LiZaRD. Bringing out toys to play.